attending this amazing boot camp. I am super excited to be part of this group, right? And the chat is open. You can tell us, how are you doing today? Are you excited? I can see a lot of you writing good evening. Good evening. Welcome. A big and warm welcome to all of you. Amazing, amazing, great, fabulous. Just give me 1 second. I'm sharing my screen. Give me one moment. Extraordinary. I can see you are thrilled, excited, looking forward to the amazing, amazing boot camp. Wow, wow. A big warm welcome to all of you. Great. I can see the chat messages are flying away. Excited. Good evening. Welcome. I take this opportunity and warmly welcome each one of you to the first day of the 3-day boot camp on how Indian accounting and bookkeeping professionals can get US jobs and freelance gigs. Extraordinary. And we really thank you for joining us. And we promise you that we will deliver incredible resources and insights that you need to make it possible for you to become not just financially independent, but successful too. And this turning point in your career, yes, that is our commitment, that this boot camp is actually a turning point in your career. Are you thrilled listening to that? That is our commitment. Extraordinary. Yes, I can see a lot of you writing yes. Awesome. And I know that you all are super excited about attending this boot camp. How do I know that? I know that because it is not easy to commit 9 hours over 3 days to attend a boot camp like this. There are so many other things you could possibly do this weekend, but you chose to be here. That speaks loudly about your commitment. All right. Antara, let me know if my voice is clear because somebody said voice is not clear. And you
Your
will
audio is
not be
clear, Sagar. Audio is
Okay,
clear.
great. Thank you. And you will not be disappointed if you decide to spend rest of the time with us, which is today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, all the 3 evenings. Today is 6 to 9, which has already begun. Tomorrow, Sunday, again, 6 to 9 p.m. And on Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. If you decide to spend this time with us, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. And not only that, this can be a turning point in your career. Yes. So please focus to attend this session in peace. Make sure there are no distractions. Nobody is distracting you. You're not getting distracted by any messages or emails or calls or anything. You're fully focusing and you can attend these sessions in peace. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Great. Thank you for acknowledging that. I can see a lot of you are saying yes on the chat. And also be prepared to take screenshots of important points. There'll be a lot of things which will be coming your way. A lot of resources will be sharing with you. So make sure you have a notebook and pen and you can make quick notes. All right. All right. So you can say a quick yes in the chat so that I know you got my request and you're on that you're going to be participating with peace and focus, no distractions, and you will make notes wherever required. You can focus. Absolutely great. Absolutely great. The excitement is super high. I should tell you, we have more than 1,700 attending this live session right now. And the excitement is super high. Great. Fabulous. So let me also share with you the people who have actually attended our boot camps in the past. They have landed new, better paid jobs. Whatever they were doing, much better paid than that. Then many of them have started part-time gigs that created a significant second income stream for them. Many people developed work-life balance by earning globally while living in India or in smaller cities. Many people build their own consulting services, consulting agencies. And then many people also migrated to the US, Canada, UK, and other countries. That is what people have caused after attending our boot camps. And most importantly, they have found hope, they have found direction, and a clear action plan that they can embark on a high paying career for themselves. Which one would you want? What do you want for yourself from this boot camp? Do you want number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? I'm showing it to you once again on the screen. Which one do you want for yourself? Write in the chat. Do you want number 1, number 2? You can have more than one also, by the way. You can say 1 and 2, or maybe 3 and 5, or maybe all 5 of them. Yes. Oh, amazing. I can see your chats. Everybody is super excited, participative, fabulous. Many of you writing all 5. That's extraordinary. And it is possible, by the way. You can have all 5 of them if you want. The opportunity in this boot camp is that big and that amazing. Thank you for acknowledging. Thank you. You can stop sharing about that now. Thank you. Let's move on. So as I told you, oh my God, in the last few seconds, more than 200 people have joined. So now we have close to 2,000 people live attending this session. And around 16,000 people had registered to be part of this boot camp. So we can expect a lot of more people joining in next few minutes itself. When was the last time you were part of an event of this size? Do you remember? Do you remember? Wow. Yes, 2000. Ashli, yes, you're right. Amazing. Extraordinary. The energy is electrifying when all of us are participating actively in this session. The energy is electrifying. That is how the session is going, with full energy. And apart from us, even all of you add a lot of value to the bootcamp through your comments, through your questions, through your views. So I'm sure that you will add a lot of value to this bootcamp as well. Like, you will be sharing in the chat, you'll be sharing your views, you'll be asking your questions. So that's why I ask you to keep a notebook and pen. If you have any question during the session, make a note of that. Because in the end of each session, like today, tomorrow, day after, at the end of the session, we will give you time to ask your questions. And if something is really burning, you can ask on the chat also. My team is available wherever I can. I will also reply, but mostly my team will reply. So you can fully interact with us. Okay. And as I said, chat is open and we can see your messages. And later on, we will close this feature of chat with everyone because we don't want your phone or your computer to be buzzing with hundreds of notifications per minute. We've been told in the past that it becomes distracting for our participants. All right. So let me ask you a question. Do you know how to chat with everyone? Do you know that? How to chat with everyone? Let me give you a quick training for that. I know a lot of you know that, but some of you may not know that, right? So here's a quick instructions of how you can chat with everyone, because you have two options, host and panelist and everyone. So let me give you quick instructions. So when you see the chat box, there's a small chat box icon at the bottom of the screen. Even if you are joining from a laptop or a computer or a phone, there's a small icon called the chat box. So when you press there, you will notice a drop-down menu next to TO2 in blue color, and host and panelist will already be written there by default. So when you go to host and panelist, press there will be a drop-down menu in which everyone will be written also. So you have to press on everyone, and then when you type your message below that and press enter, it will reach everyone. All right. Okay, great. A lot of people are actually showing me how they're doing it to everyone. Good. So I'm showing you a quick video for your reference. Just take a look. Just 10 seconds video. Just have a look and see how you can do that. 1 second.
All right, let's quickly learn how you can mark everyone on the chat option in the mobile app, right? This is your primary screen. Below in this panel, you can see various options. Click on the chat option right here. Once you click on it, you see there is an option to send to host and panelist. Once you click on this, you will see there are two options. Out of that, you can select everyone. Once you select everyone, you see the send to has been changed to everyone. This is how you select and chat with everyone. Just send a hi and it will be received by everyone in the bootcamp. That's how you mark everyone on the chat option.
All right, great. So that was for your understanding so that people do not miss marking everyone when the chat is open. All right. Just give me a second. Yes, we are back on our slide. Yes, you can do a quick hi. Very good. Very, very good. And still people are, some of you are marking to host and panelists. Please mark everyone. That is the test, right? That is what we are checking on, that everybody knows how to mark everyone. A lot of you are marking everyone. So that's great. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Just give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. Now that you've learned this, let's move forward, okay? We've already practiced this. So we want to make sure that you feel the excitement to be part of this amazing, extraordinary gathering of people who want to be financially successful. That is the best part, all of you want to be financially successful. And we are here, part of this group. And I'm super excited that you are here with us, listening to us, conversing with us, and you are providing your full participation. So tell me in the chat, are you excited? If you are, please say yes and mark everyone. Who all are excited? Tell me in the chat quickly. Say yes, or you can even write capital E. I will know it's excitement. Fabulous. Fabulous. Are you looking forward to this boot camp? You can say yes if you are. We have more than 2,200 people now attending this live session, and the energy is electrifying. So you've been listening to my voice for some time now. You've been seeing my face. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sagar Tyagi. I'm a business consultant and growth coach with 25 plus years of experience. And my commitment is that each one of you, the person sitting in your chair, for you, this boot camp is a turning point in your career. If your career is going in this direction, it goes in a complete new direction, going in a much higher growth direction for each one of you. That's my commitment. All right. And I will be hosting this session along with Abhyuday Agarwal, who's CEO, he was a co-founder and COO of Skill Arbitrage. Skill Arbitrage is the organization which has organized this entire boot camp, and he is the co-founder and COO. So please let us know in chat. It's now time for your participation on the chat. I'm going to ask you something, okay? So before you write anything, listen to me keenly. So we want to know, where are you joining in from? What do you currently do? So that we can serve you. We can serve each one of you, right? So for example, you're from Meerut and you are a BCom graduate, still not joined any job because you are a plain graduate right now. You can write BCom graduate Meerut. Or you are a CA with 2 years of experience. For example, you can say CA, 2 years experience, Lucknow, like that. So we know where you're joining in from and what do you do. Oh, fabulous. The chat is flying away. I can see people are here from Kolkata, Pune, Chandigarh, Delhi, Raipur. Amazing. People who are CAs, BCom graduates. If you're a student, you can write student if you're still in the graduation or still studying. Wow. Wow. It's flying away. I can't read all the messages for sure. Okay, people here from every part of the country. I can see people from Odisha, people from Kolkata, people from Delhi, Vadodara, people who are accountants, people who are into service business for 12 years plus, somebody is here for 30 years plus. Wow. It's extraordinary. See, of course, we have so many people here right now, right? The group is so big. We have more than 2,300 people here. So I'm sure we cannot go through each message right now, but I am excited seeing that people are here from every part of the country and some maybe from outside India also. Lot of participants attend our boot camps from outside India as well. Oh, somebody's from New York here. Wow. Two people from New York I just saw. Mumbai, Bareilly, Hyderabad, Gurgaon, Kolkata, Kanpur, 10 years experience. Somebody 32 years experience, 12 years experience. Somebody's a graduate, somebody's a student. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So you can tell us, how many of you are already doing bookkeeping, accounting, or tax work in India? Are you looking for better opportunities? Is that what you're here for? You can write that in the chat. How many of you are not doing this work at this moment, but you would be interested in doing this work, especially for US clients who can pay you far more? How many of you fall in that category? You can say yes if you fall in that category. Anyone who has a professional qualification like a CA or CS or CMA, you can write CA, CS, CMA, whatever qualification you have, so that we know you are already a professional. Wow. So many CMAs, CAs. Amazing, amazing. CA inter. Some people are advocate also. Okay, got it. Extraordinary. MCOM, MBA. Got it. BCom, CA final. Fabulous. Are there any commerce or accountancy or finance students? You can write student or just S, capital S, so that we know you are a student. Lot of students also here. Amazing, amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Or maybe a recent graduate. You can write capital G if you're a recent graduate, just graduated. Amazing. Somebody's an engineer. Okay, got it. LLB, BCom, CA, graduate, G. A lot of people are writing graduate. Fabulous. I am really excited, overwhelmed to really see the participation here. Thank you so much, and a big warm welcome to each one of you. Thank you. And I'm also going to run a quick poll for this so that we know in detail everybody who is here and what are you expecting from us, so that we can serve you in the next 3 days. All right. So we are running a quick poll. It will just take you 15 seconds to fill in the detail, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So you can fill in the details. We are just sharing the poll here right now. It is on your screen. Please take a moment and fill in the details. It will help us to serve you better if we know exactly what you do, what are you expecting from us, what kind of experience you have, so that we can really serve you. Okay, take a moment and fill in the details on the poll. Just give me a second. All right, you can stop writing on the chat. You can just fill in the details on the poll now. Thank you. Just to let you know, we have more than 400 people now. Extraordinary. So you can also tell us if there's anyone who's a non-finance or a non-accounts or commerce background person. Like I saw some engineers here, some advocates. So you can tell us what are you expecting from us in the bootcamp so that we can serve you. Tell us in the chat, the non-commerce background people, what you are expecting from us in this bootcamp. Because this bootcamp is for people who are from accounting, bookkeeping, tax, finance, so that we are taking you in the right direction. All right. Just give me a second. I just saw a message about. Okay, some people are saying I'm non-finance, but please tell us what are you expecting from us in this bootcamp, okay? So that we can serve each one of you. So here are the people we can really help from this bootcamp. The people who are our priority, in fact. Let's see who are the people we can really help from this bootcamp. The first and foremost, people who are from bookkeeping or accounting professional facing stagnation in India. If you fall in this category, you can say me in the chat, okay? You can work on high potential US startups, SMEs, professionals, and service businesses, and you can earn 3 to 5 times more than what you earn in India. How amazing is that? You can work part-time and earn an extra side income, which is a handsome side income, or even become a full-time remote freelancer, or you get full-time remote jobs. Any of these possibilities are there if you are somebody from bookkeeping, accounting profession. Next category of people, you can say me. Yes, very good. I can see a lot of you writing me. You are from this category. Very good. And this is what you want, right? Great. Number 2, professionals who are working in BPOs or KPOs in the US or European finance processes and who want to work with their own international clients now directly so that you can earn much more. How many of you fall in this category? You can say me in the chat. We have even helped many experienced professionals from Big Four to get started on this journey. You should know. I can see a lot are here from this category as well. Got that. Thank you. Then third category, anyone from a commerce background who are looking for an extra source of income, who want to work with international clients. Maybe, one second, there is something with my internet. All right, sorry. So a CA or a CS or a CMA degree is not necessary to secure this opportunity. All right, you should know that. If you fall in this category, please tell me. If you're from commerce background and you're not a CA, you're not a not having any other degrees like C or CMA or CS. All right, perfect. Now, fourth category, anyone from a commerce background who's forced to work from home for whatever reason, or you live in a small city where well-paying opportunities are hard to come by, but you have access to a computer and a stable internet connection. If you fall in this category, we are here to help you. Please let us know in the chat if you fall in this category. A lot of people are writing me. Got that. Thank you. We occasionally have professionals without a commerce background, like we have in this case, in today's case also, right? Who find this opportunity interesting enough and also get results. That also happens sometimes. So these are the different categories of people who we will be helping out from this bootcamp. All right. And I'm sure you fall in one of these categories at least, right? Let's move forward. And I'm going to share with you now, what are we promising you from this bootcamp? What is our promise to you? What are we promising to you from this bootcamp? Interested? How many of you want to know? And you're interested to know what is my promise to you? Yes, you can say yes, or Y is also fine. Great. I'm sure you're interested in this, right? So you will get answers to some very important questions which can potentially change your life. Now, what kind of questions? These. We will show you. You can stop writing on chat. Just listen to this, very important. We will show you why you have a once in a generation opportunity not to perform now. Sorry, I'll say that again. We will show you why you have a generation opportunity now to perform international remote work for clients and clients and employers in the US, even Canada, countries like UK, Europe, Singapore. Once in a generation lifetime opportunity. It doesn't matter that you have not qualified as a CPA. What's a CPA? CPA is equivalent to CA in the US. So even if you're not a CPA, I understand most of you are not. In fact, almost all of you are not. Or even if you're not a CA, that's also fine. Even a CMA in India, that's also fine. This opportunity is more lucrative than working in a Big Four or MNC. Yes, and that's our promise. We will show you that direction in this bootcamp. Second promise, what kind of work you can perform for US clients, what type of clients you can have, where to find these clients, how to get started. We will answer all these questions to you clearly. And not only that, we will give you a clear roadmap. You do not need to qualify in the US as a CPA, as I already said. We will give examples of live remote work opportunities and projects that you can apply for. And people who are already successful performing this work, we will share you their examples. We will even have those people come here and share with you live, who have been our learners and they have caused results, extraordinary results in their career. Number 3 promise, how much can you earn through remote work? Can you work from home on part-time basis? Is that possible? Can you get full-time remote jobs as well? Is that a possibility? Can you start your own firm or agency in the long term? We will answer all these questions for you. Interested? Fabulous, fabulous, great. We will give you a step-by-step roadmap. That's the extraordinary part of the bootcamp. We will share with you a step-by-step roadmap on how you can start earning $2,000 every month. You know how much $2,000 is in Indian rupees? 1.9 lakh rupees, almost 2 lakh rupees per month. If you are already working, you can start earning an extra income of 1,000 to 2,000 US dollars per month on the side. And if you learn how to do this work well, you have a ticket to this exclusive world of professionals working on international assignments. And it is even possible to build a firm or an agency that rakes up to $8,000 a month. Wow, $8,000 is like almost 8 lakh rupees a month, which will take you up to 1 crore per year agency. And you will hire more people to reach that level. That is the roadmap we will give you, step-by-step roadmap. Interested in that? Excited about that? Tell me in the chat quickly, yes or no. Do you want that kind of roadmap, that kind of guidance, that kind of clarity? Excited, right? Amazing, amazing. Thank you for acknowledging that. Another promise. Thank you. You can stop acknowledging that now. Listen to this. Number 4 promise. Some of you may want to get full-time office jobs in India, in big fours, MNCs. We will show you how you can land in such kind of opportunities, full-time jobs in India, in big four and MNCs. Yes, we will tell you how you can reach there. That's our promise. Number 5 promise. Is there a lot of competition there? How can you, stand out from the competition? Why will foreign clients trust me? We will answer all these questions for you. What if my English is poor? Can I legally do this while I'm working in a full-time job in India? Can I do moonlighting? All these questions we'll answer for you. We will give you a step-by-step roadmap for a 6-month plan. Tomorrow we're going to do that. Don't miss the session, okay? Tomorrow we're going to give you in your hands a detailed 6-month plan, how you can reach your dream. That is another promise. 6th promise, we will teach you some very exciting skills in this bootcamp in the next 3 days. See which are the skills we're going to teach you. You can even take a screenshot of this if you want. How to reach out to Silicon Valley startups, SMEs, agencies, professionals, investors, and pitch your bookkeeping, accounting, or other financial services to them. Amazing, right? How to find remote accounting and bookkeeping assignments through freelance platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and other directories. How to create compelling outreach messages and offers. All these skills we'll teach you in the bootcamp. Yes. How to prepare yourself for US GAAP and account for loyalty programs and referral discounts under US GAAP. How to use Xero for bookkeeping. Xero is a accounting software which we use in the US. We'll teach you. Today, I'm going to teach you Xero. How to reach out to US CPAs, network with them, later also pitch for tax and other compliance work. Amazing skills coming your way. And even using CPA directories. We'll show you how you can, we'll give you links of these directories. We'll give you these directories in your hand. And also incredible AI automation we'll teach you. How to use QuickBooks, another accounting software that is very famous in the US. As an accountant for US businesses, we'll tell you how you can use QuickBooks, not only use it, get trained by QuickBooks through in QuickBooks, and how you can do that for free. We will show all of that to you. Tomorrow, we're going to teach you QuickBooks. Today, we'll teach you Xero. How to find e-commerce startups and assist them. How to automate financial functions through AI. How to implement an MIS for finance or any other function. How to account for loyalty programs and referral discounts. How to use Xero, I already told you that. Today, we're going to teach you that. How to use Zoho Books, another accounting software. We're going to teach you this on Monday for US bookkeeping work. Then we will teach you checklist for preparation, how you can file federal tax returns or prepare for the federal tax returns for US individuals. We're going to teach this skill on Monday. So you can see a lot of skills we are teaching you on each day. How to network with US angel investors and introduce them to amazing investment opportunities. What to do when your corporation or your client's corporation or company is forfeited by the FTB in California. We teach you all these skills in these 3 days. Now, tell me in the chat. Now, knowing these things, will that be helpful for your career? Yes or no? All these skills that I just told you. Knowing these skills, will it be helpful for your career? Yes or no? Absolutely yes. No questions about it, right? That is so true. Great, fabulous. Thank you for letting me know that. Now, some of these skills will be taught on day 2 and day 3. So don't miss the session on day 2 and day 3. Put a reminder right now. Day 2, which is tomorrow, Sunday, 6 to 9 p.m. Put a reminder for 5:30 p.m. so that you get reminded on time. Monday, day 3, 7 p.m., not 6 p.m. because it's an office day. So people may get free a little late. So 7 to 10 p.m. on Monday. Don't miss any day. A lot of skills coming your way on each day. A lot of learnings, a lot of resources. Excited? Amazing, right? All right. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. I can see a lot of you are excited, super excited. Fabulous. Uncle is saying absolutely yes. Sanjay is saying yes. Fabulous. Ravi is saying yes. Very good. Another promise. we will guide you on how to prepare for an exam which is called Enrolled Agent Exam. Do you know about this exam? How many of you are aware of Enrolled Agent Exam? If you're not, you can say no, or if you are aware, you can say yes. Mostly people are not, right? Some people are aware. So we're going to guide you on how you can prepare, and not only prepare, but also clear this exam. Yes, this exam is conducted by the US IRS. IRS stands for Internal Revenue Services of the US, which can be attempted from India. You don't have to travel to the US, but when you become an enrolled agent, of course, how do you become an enrolled agent? What are the passing rates? What kind of syllabus is there? We'll tell you all of that. But when you become an enrolled agent, you can charge even more. You can participate in the US accounting, business sectors with the businesses
Sagar, your
sitting from
internet is
India.
intermittently
And
getting cut, I think.
is it?
Yeah.
Just give me a moment.
You can check, but I'll just speak to them in the meanwhile. Guys, so there is US government conducting exams multiple times a year in multiple parts of India, right? Is that exciting for you? And we'll talk about that later. You don't need it to actually start earning remotely. And quick intro, my name is Abhyuday Agarwal. I'm co-founder of Skill Arbitrage. Okay, and let's move on. Okay, so how many of you want some free study materials? I am attending the boot camp, right? Now I'm telling you something extra for you. We've been sharing a lot of materials over WhatsApp, videos. We've been calling many of you, but we'll also share additional study materials. There's huge lists of these. We haven't shared this with you yet. This is all new stuff, which we will share with you if you attend all 3 days of the bootcamp. Okay. And does anybody, after each day you attend, you will get these materials. Okay. Does anybody want certificates for just attending this bootcamp? In case you need, let us know. If you want, we are sharing. I'm going to close chat briefly and we are going to share instructions. I've closed chat. Now we will share instructions for attending, for getting certificate. Okay. By the way, it's incredible. We have 2,491 people here. It's a huge event. And by the way, it's nothing compared to the volume of remote work available. You have millions of businesses needing remote work. Remote financial, remote paperwork, remote billing, remote invoicing, remote reconciliation, all of that. Okay. So let's move to this part. Sagar, over to you. Let's ask them what are the most common problems they all face, right? In India, if you're working in bookkeeping, accounting, finance, taxation, wherever you're working in, right? Maybe you're even in a big four job, or you're in a KPO or a BPO, or you don't have a job, right? But what are the challenges in your career that you face? Right? So we're going to quickly open chat, and I think you already know this, but we just want you to share and then we will share. Okay. Awesome. And we're so delighted and honored and lucky to be with all of you here.
All right. Perfect.
Sagar, this is 72.
Okay. Thank you.
Let us chat. What is the challenge career-wise?
You're writing that on the chat. Great. All right. Abhyuday, if there's any other issue with my internet later on, let me know. Okay.
Yes, you can read out what people are saying in chat.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Most people are saying pay scale. Some people are saying competition, career gap, work-life balance. What if you had a way to solve these? And the only thing you had to do was, you don't have to work harder. You don't have to work more. You don't have to learn more. It is just that you have to work that much or even lesser, but look in a different place where they need you more, right? They need you more badly. The simple work that you do, which people don't pay you for here, there they are like you're their guardian angel and a godsend gift. Would you like that idea? Do you like that idea? Yeah.
Some people are saying work politics. I can get that completely. Some people are saying the gap in their career. I can get that too. And some people are saying pay scale. Completely understand that. So I can see a lot of you are dealing with a lot of stuff which you face as challenges in your career, in your growth, right? Now let's see what we hear the most. What we've heard, in the past several months, several years that we have been working on it, right? Some people say it is difficult to earn well for people who are in bookkeeping or accounting or taxation. If you just have an undergraduate degree and did not qualify as a CA or CMA, Starting salaries are very low. And that's what is reflecting in the chat also. A lot of people are saying that, right? Even fully qualified CAs and CMAs, they struggle to earn well despite working very hard. Less than 1% of these professionals secure jobs in Big Four. 99% people don't get jobs in good organizations. 99%. Even if you are a CA or CMA. That is the challenge. Another challenge for those with their own practices, it is not easy to get high paying clients because clients prefer Big Four and other larger firms. And there are so many newcomers to compete with. These are the kind of challenges. All right, Abhiday. Most of the clients don't care much about high quality services and want the filing to be done at the cheapest cost. That's another problem. Then online startups doing bookkeeping, accounting, tax filing have driven down the prices to rock bottom. That's another challenge. There is a threat of AI. Wow. How many of you feel that? There is a threat of AI. AI will take away my job. Even financial automation is taking away jobs. How many of you feel like that? That is another challenge. So there is a huge demand of, sorry, I'll say that again. There is a huge demand to specialize and differentiate. But what do I need to specialize in and how do I differentiate? I don't know. Correct? That is the problem. If it was 10 to 20 years back, it was very different at that time. Your seniors may be shocked today to hear how much things have changed. So the question is the $1,000,000 question. What can I do in this situation? There are so many problems, so many challenges. I don't get paid well. How can I deal with it? What do I differentiate? Is it not reasonable for me to want, a reasonable pay, a well-paying job, or build my own practice where I can earn like 1 to 2 lakh rupees a month? I've done so much hard work in my career so far. It is absolutely reasonable, but people don't get it.
Or at least extra. If you are stuck at 1 lakh or 2 lakhs, you want to earn this much extra. And once you can earn extra, you realize that there is no ceiling. We'll tell you that later, but it's not about the ceiling and the extra. I'm just saying 1 lakh rupees a month extra. If you get the idea, the learning, the roadmap in this bootcamp, and today you see some samples of it and some demos, will you be interested? Right? All right, Sagar. And you will be surprised that they are dying for even people like bookkeepers. You might have thought that this is the easiest stuff. I did it in class 12, right? But it is in demand now. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And just one quick thing. Manzoor has been asking one question again, just to tell to him, Manzoor, just stay in. I get your question, and Antara has already answered your question. So we will be serving you as well. And if you learn this, what we're teaching in this bootcamp, your career will go to next level, even if you don't have that background. Don't worry. Just stick in, listen to the entire conversation. So it's time. What is the opportunity now? Let's peep into the opportunity. It is time for us to look for high demand, low supply skills. Yes, high demand, low supply skills, which are actually required in a much bigger global market. Not just stuck with the Indian market. We are opening up our horizons, global market. The skills that the new economy is looking for. And once you have those skills, you need to then, second thing, build your track record. First is learn those skills which are high demand, low supply for the global market. Second, build your track record, which is your credibility. People should know that you can do the job. And third, then getting a job or a paid client or a well-paid internship is just a matter of outreach with the potential employers and clients. Three things: skills, track record, outreach. We're going to teach you all these three in this bootcamp. This is what is required. This is where the opportunity lies. And remember that you are paid for your skills, not for your degrees or your record. No, your skills. So what is the opportunity? Finally, what is the opportunity? Let's look at that. Sitting right here in India, you could work for small businesses, agencies, firms, professionals, service businesses, and startups in developed countries like US, UK, Canada, Singapore, and Dubai from here in your city, in your town. Yes, that is the opportunity. The US is clearly the single biggest market amongst all the developed economies. We're going to show you the stats and you will realize that. It is home to almost 35 million. Excuse me. Do you know how much 35 million is? 3.5 crore small businesses. Yes. Have you ever thought of how many small businesses are there in the US? 3.5 crore and 3 million startups, which is 30 lakh startups, 11 million e-commerce stores. All these businesses sitting there in the US. Look at these numbers from this chart. Number of small businesses in the US. 2019, it was 30.7 million. 2025, it was 34.8 million, close to 35 million, which is 3.5 crore. See this article from Optin Monster. It says 2026 online shopping statistics. With over 268 million online shoppers in the US and global e-commerce sales projected to hit $58 trillion by 2028. Can you see the size of the global market?
Now, the thing is that all this looks big and fancy, but how do you actually dive in, right? We will tell you that. But knowing the plan and how big this is important to be able to dive in, right? Because when we teach you skills, then you'll be like, no, there'll be competition, there'll be this, there'll be that. Now you see that there are million people, right? Millions of potential clients, and 90% of the businesses in a country, any country you take, India, you take US also, or Europe, are SMEs, right? Now you want to understand why they are facing a desperate problem. Okay. Is this helping you so far? Let's continue, Sagar. We need to pace up a little, huh?
Sure.
And we have plans. See, you need to do three things. You need to be comfortable with the global tools, which are far easier than Tally. You need to know US GAAP. We will demonstrate to you that you don't need to be a CPA. You don't need to do a CPA course. And number three, we will show you how to do pitching to potential clients. And if you already know the first two, that you know US GAAP, or you know US tools or global tools, then you can go ahead and straight away pitch. And US is a symbol. US means everything all over the world, because US GAAP and IFRS is very similar. It's IFRS is there in Europe. Some of you are comfortable with IFRS. Today, Ind AS is similar to IFRS. Okay, this is for the advanced people, but basic people, everything works out. US GAAP will work. We will show you that. For those e-commerce stores also, their problem is what? They are like, and February to April, now this e-commerce season is coming up. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. The problem is that they have a store on Amazon. They sell things on Amazon. They sell things on Shopify, simple stuff. But, when they give their accounts to a CPA, CPA says get lost. There are very few CPAs over there. All the CPAs aged and retired, and after that, nobody took finance in US, because people took humanities, liberal arts, music, and all of those things, culture, history. Now they are struggling with finance. That's why IRS comes to India to conduct exam, right? Despite everything that Trump did, they want remotely India se tax file karo. 80% US accounting happens from here. Now e-commerce store ka problem kya hai? My Amazon export has to be separately accounted for, because usme return hai, commission hai, there has to be correctly accounted, state sales tax is there, and the number has to be put correctly. If I give non-proper return to CPA will say, I don't have time, get lost, get it fixed first. Who comes in there? A simple Indian bookkeeper. Even for signing, they'll charge money there, right? And you have to give fixed accounts. If a CPA has to do it, it won't work. They don't have time. There are too few. Now, this is an example of one big industry. Okay. We will show you how to find e-commerce stores. But right now, we will show you the whole big picture. You need to know the landscape of the whole opportunity before you dive into it. Otherwise, what will happen? Same thing that happened in school, same thing that happened in college, same thing that happened in CA prep. You gave exams but never got career results. Okay? All right. So this approach is slightly different. All right, Sagar.
All right. Great. Thank you, Abhiday, for acknowledging that, creating that. So millions of new business applications are filed every year in the US. You see this article from commerceinstitute.com. It says how many new businesses start each year? 2025 data. During Q1 of 2023, January to March, there were 1.3 million new businesses which started in the US. How much is that? 13 lakh plus in one quarter of a year. Do you know how many get started in India every year? 2 lakh businesses. 13 lakhs plus in one quarter in the US, multiplied by 4. That is the number of businesses. Almost 54, 55 lakh businesses get started every year in the US. These are all small businesses, by the way. So the size, if you compare between the US market and India market, it's more than 25 times bigger in the US. So the size is huge. Each one of those businesses need bookkeeping assistance to maintain their books, prepare final accounts, file tax returns, etc., right? They cannot afford to engage with big four firms. Do you know why? Or even they cannot afford to set up their KPO in India, or even other, the other MNCs with big organizations which are doing that. The smaller businesses can't afford that because one is the money issue. Second is they don't have the volume of work. KPO will not take their work. The BPO will not take their work because they don't have volumes of work. So they struggle with high paying professionals, US professionals. They have to pay high rates to US professionals. So they get stuck. That's where the opportunity lies for you. Remote workers from India. They need an alternative so they can be competitive too. In addition, the US is also having a huge accountant shortage. Please listen to this very keenly. US has a huge accountant shortage. I'll show you some proof here. You see this article, the scale of the accountant shortage in 2025. You can read the whole thing if you want, take a screenshot, but read this blue part. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, the accounting and auditing workforce has shrunk by over 17% since 2020, with more than 3 lakh professionals exiting the field. 3 lakh accountants are short right now in the US. And the exodus spans over career levels, not just entry level, but all the levels. And it is almost the same in every level. So there is a shortfall of 3 lakh accountants in the US. Another article from Ken Boyd says the accountant shortage causes impact and what comes next. This is recently, January 2026. Here you can see the accounting profession is facing one of its most severe talent shortages in decades. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects more than 120,000 accounting and auditing openings each year, while the 2025 so-and-so trends report shows shrinking pipeline of new CPAs.
The secret is this: there are more CPAs and accountants. It's not just CPAs, it's accountants also. More of them are retiring. Okay, this started in 1980s. I told you, some of you attended the Ask Me Anything. This retirement started in 1990s. 30 years it has been happening, and less people were taking up finance, and US did nothing to address this, with the result that CPAs are too few, accountants are too few. Even with existing CPAs, you can team up, you can help them do the work, you can introduce them to new clients, because they are like, I'm already fed up, right? So I need a multiplier effect. I need someone to do my paperwork, my client's paperwork at a cost effective rate. Then I will scale. Otherwise, how will it happen? So you have all these ways to help. Okay. Now the number of graduates, retiring people are, dekh liya, 1,20,000. Number of finance graduates 30,000 se zyada nahi aata hai. You know that gap, it's widening, right? Now this gap, if you can bridge, it will be such a big advantage for you. अमन गोयल, ऐसा क्लास कहीं देखा है जहां रिमोट जॉब और करियर के बारे में बात हो रहा है और क्यों है प्रॉब्लम उसके बारे में? पूरे एजुकेशन, एंटायर एजुकेशन सिस्टम, it has at some level fooled us. I know you got license to practice, you got BCom, but you didn't get that job which they said that you will get one day because you will intern in industry, and they never prepared you to be a good intern and a good fresher. And industry pays peanuts unless you are in MNC, right? Or KPO or Big Four. Now that understanding, if you don't have, then why will you do any work? If I teach you skills, I could spread 9 hours teaching you 9 skills, giving you must Netflix demo. But when that happens, the problem will be this: when you try it, and if you get stuck, you will be like, I can't do it, because there will be no motivation to do it, right? Now you need that clarity that ye to karne se kaam mil sakta hai. They are desperate. So then you can tune yourself to the work, right? If you did so much work for even your BCom exam or CA foundation or something like that, this work is nothing compared to it. 2 hours a day for 3 months, 6 months. Okay, like anybody can do it. Okay, and Indians are like too good and smart for this. But if you miss this, you've missed something. So for a lot of you, this is going to be a turning moment in your life. All right, Sagar.
All right, great. So let's continue with this, okay? The US has too few accountants because many older accountants are retiring, as Abhiday already said, and not being replaced by younger professionals. Why is it so? Very few young people studied commerce or finance in college for an entire generation. There was a baby boomer generation, the people who were growing up in the 60s and 70s. These were the people who were the generation born after the Second World War, and they were very hardworking because US was developing at that time, growing to the level of a superpower. So the entire generation was very hardworking. But while that generation is retiring now, the new generation is not that hardworking. They don't like maths. They don't like accounts. They want to do easier things. So we have a shortfall of accountants today because that baby boomer generation is already retiring. Americans prefer to take up humanities, social sciences, unlike India. India, you understand, right? Still developing. A lot of hardworking people like you and me. We will work for 18 hours, 20 hours, no problem. We will study hard. But US generation, new generation, not like that. So people are taking humanities, social sciences, unlike India, where lakhs want to get into every year. What if you could reach out to such US businesses and assist them as a remote Indian bookkeeping and accounts professional? How would that be? Don't you think that there could be a massive opportunity for you to help these businesses? How many of you think that there will be a massive opportunity if you reach out to these businesses, you know how to do the skills, and you can reach out to them. On top of that, they have reduced H-1B visas, which is exponentially increasing offshoring even further. This news of H-1B visas being reduced is good news for remote workers. You can see this article, skilled US accountant jobs still a draw. H-1B squeeze may only offshore them to India. This is not an Indian article, this is from the US. They are already willing to offshore more than even before. You see these articles from Reuters. It says US accounting firms tap India to elevate talent crunch. From the Hindu, US accounting talent shortage, demand for Indian accountants despite H-1B.
Did you understand why, even despite the H-1B, actually it ended up very well? Trump doesn't want Indians in the US, but he doesn't mind if SMEs offshore working to India. Now, what did the big companies decide? The big companies decided, हम MNC खोलेंगे. India में they'll open MNC. So MNCs are coming to tier 2 and tier 3. Right? H-1B was the visa that allowed you to go to US and work as an employee, but somebody had to sponsor and everybody used to fight for it. He made getting it harder. But the US is desperate. So enrolled agent में क्या होता है? The IRS comes does the exam in India in Indian centers, right? Finance has to happen. 80% US work and global accounting work happens from India, right? And that 80% is probably 2% of the global work. So why not the remaining 98%, right? That is the whole angle. And we are we have not found out some unique genius opportunity. This was always there. 30 years back, MNCs came to India, Maruti came to India, so many came to India, 1990, 1985, right? Then there was that Ermeneldo Zegna. It is said that Kamal Nath used to wear those coats and they came to India first. Now the thing is that it's a proven model ki India say if you hire, it's going to be cheaper. Now you set up office or hire remotely. Big companies which have huge offices, they set up office. Another set of companies give work to KPOs, but SMEs have no option but to work with individual freelancers or remote accountants, remote bookkeepers. That is the game. Wall Street banks are coming in India. The bookkeeper, to obviously they know everything, not just corporate finance, investment banking, bookkeeping, tax, financial, operations, FinOps, everything is going to happen here only. All right, Sagar.
All right. Please see this picture on the screen. Why should we offshore to India in 2026? Because of these advantages. See on the bottom here, cost advantage, skilled workforce, round-the-clock operations, long-term strategic value, and then government support is already there. Data security is available. So all these are reasons why the US small businesses are offshoring work towards India. You can even take a screenshot of this if you want. Why are companies outsourcing to India? All this is your opportunity, by the way. We are right now creating an opportunity for you to get present to why we are talking what we are talking here. How many of you are following what we are creating? We are creating the opportunity for you. And it has started to see, you've started to see that yes, the opportunity is big and it is massive. And it is time to break through into that opportunity. We're going to teach you a skill very soon, by the way. But till this time, I wanted to share with you the opportunity. Please tell me in the chat quickly, how many of you are clear about the opportunity you're following? You can say yes in the chat. Absolutely. Thank you for acknowledging that. But this is barely scraping the surface of the iceberg. Why? Because while the top 5% big companies which can set up their GCCs or they can offshore to BPOs. They are only the top 5% because they have the volume of work and they have the money to do that. What about the rest 95% small businesses sitting in the US? How will they get served? They don't have the budget, they don't have the volume of work. That is the opportunity where you are required as a remote worker. What is their alternative? How can they compete with large businesses and be competitive? By offshoring their work to you as a remote freelance worker for bookkeeping, accounting, tax work. Answer is working with Indian remote accountants and bookkeepers. Yes, they welcome cost-effective assistance from Indians for various kinds of bookkeeping, accounting, tax, return preparation, compliance work, and other filing related requirements because it reduces their cost and increase their effectiveness. Look at the size of just the payroll and bookkeeping market. This is the size, $82.1 billion between the period 2015 to 2030. Payroll and bookkeeping US, this is the US market, by the way.
Do you feel this is big? This is just US, not Europe, not Canada, not Singapore, not Dubai. $145 billion. You know, I'm a lawyer by qualification. India's lawyer market, lawyers are run big firms. They charge a lot in India, right? $2 billion Indian legal market. Now look at this, accounting services, bookkeeping services, Mila Muluke 200 billion it crosses. Okay. Now somebody is worried about Trump, right? He's been doing all these things. But the thing is this, Arun आज start कर दिए हैं, ठीक है? आप थोड़ा समझ लो तो आपको फायदा होगा. But anyway, I'll not focus on you. Point is this, that US has tried and thought of banning offshoring for 20 years. It never happened. And you know, Trump has not talked about anything because there was one senator who in October posted, September mein unhone bola tha, we will think of this. And that senator got no votes, nothing. And if you see the news, everything got buried. Bhul gaye wo log sab. Kyun? Because how will US file tax and do accounting if they don't offshore to India? They will go bankrupt. Trump will not have money. Trump will not have money to do anything because all the money he uses is from tax revenue of Americans. That return and that accounting and bookkeeping is done from India. If he bans that, people are not capable of filing their own returns. Killer? Right? He invaded Venezuela because he didn't want the dollar to be changed by the yuan. Venezuela was going to make yuan the central currency of the world, and that could have hurt the dollar. So he invaded Venezuela, right? He wants to protect and he wants to ensure US succeeds. This way you are helping US at least get their accounting and taxes, right? Excited? Accounting market is $200 billion. All right, let's move. Killer.
Fabulous.
You all can mark everybody if you find it exciting. Okay, now we have two options I'm going to ask you. Okay, whether you want to study zero right now or you want to know the jobs you can get. There are 6 categories of jobs and 7th is bonus job that I'll tell you about. Okay, I have a 50-50% tie between zero and jobs. Okay, so we are going to cover both. I request that you allow us to follow the structure. Okay, because 3 hours ka patience to lagega. Otherwise, you know what will happen. One thing missing in your head, you will not be able to feel confident. 90% success is not confidence. See, 90% I got $1,000 in my bank account. Answer is 0. 100% needs the whole thing to happen, right? Something will get missed. So please give us that time. Okay, are you aligned to this? All right. Somebody said I had only time and no skills. I just request you to be patient. Everything will become clear. Those of you who already know it, some of you might know zero. You have to learn how to pitch. We will show you that also, right? Okay. It's incredible. 2,365 people are attending. Super. Let's continue.
Abhiday, you want me to continue?
Yes. Please continue from wherever you are.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So let me also share with you.
Just a little faster because some of the ideas they've understood.
So there are more than 6 lakh CPAs, which were equivalent to CAs in the US, 6 lakh, who remain who are desperately looking for Indian remote bookkeeping and accounting services. They need support. They have a lot of work. So they need support from Indian bookkeeping people who can help them to do their work. So that is another place you can look at when you want to do the work, where you want to do the work. So how many of so the question here is, how can you take advantage of these developments right now? All the development that we shared with you, the market size, the kind of, H-1B visa restrictions, offshoring, everything. How can you take advantage and how can you participate in the global economy? That is the golden question right now, right? So let's look at that. So here is a detailed document on how big the market is and 15 tasks that Indian bookkeepers and accountants can do without having any further additional qualification. Let me just share this link with you. We are sharing this link with you on the chat. Nausheen has just shared, and I'm also showing you. This is a very important document you can keep with yourself later on when you have more time. Please go through it. We are not going through it in detail right now. I'm just showing it to you.
There is a list of 15 tasks you can do. We can jump to that in this on the second or third page. Okay, there will be bulleted part here. You can see all of this. Okay, this you can do from India. Okay, Ayush understood. This is the pathway. You need to know what you can do before you learn how to do it. Right? In 9 hours, I can't teach you all the skills. I can teach you a few things. Correct? But you need to have the pathway. Otherwise, which direction and which map will you walk? Right? I know you're not used to it. We are used to learning one thing, giving an exam, and then expecting the job will land on our plate. But where has that gotten us? Right? Okay. So we will go to the job roles. Okay. And then we will promise Pakka do Xero, US GAAP. We will do outreach with startups. We'll do outreach with CPAs, lots of new things. Okay. All right, Sagar.
All right. So I'm going to share with you what are the different roles that you can actually perform in the US market sitting right here in India. So here are the few examples of what you can do as a finance, accounting, or bookkeeping professional from India for US clients and SMEs. Let's jump into it. Number one, virtual bookkeeper. Now, what is that? Many small businesses and startups in the US need bookkeepers to manage their financial records remotely. You can provide these services from India using online accounting softwares. Yes, which kind of softwares? Xero, Zoho Books, QuickBooks, and we're going to teach you all three of them in this bootcamp. So how many of you are interested in performing that? Your friends will pick up similar jobs in India using Tally. Maybe some of you are using Tally. Now you can learn accounting softwares which are used in the US market, like QuickBooks, Xero, as I told you, and you can earn 10 times more than what you earn in India. Do you get that? You can earn 10 times more by becoming a virtual assistant. So if this is something that you would like to be doing, if you're interested, write one in the chat.
Not
Just write
virtual
one.
assistant. It is bookkeeper.
Yeah, virtual bookkeeper. Yes.
Yeah.
Now we have a BCom graduate. I'm giving you some examples of people who are already doing that from India. Somi M from Bangalore. She has earned more than 1 lakh US dollars. You know how much 1 lakh US dollars is? Close to 90 lakh rupees, close to 1 crore rupees, only on Upwork. Upwork is a platform where you get jobs and freelance gigs. This is what she does. Company incorporation, bookkeeping, virtual assistant. Charges close to $15 per hour. Another one, remote accounting clerk. Now, who's that? Somebody who performs basic accounting tasks such as data entry, accounts payable, receivable, tracks cash flow, profit and loss, prepare reports, and processes payrolls. Many companies in the US hire remote accounting clerks to perform these tasks. And many of you are already doing this for Indian businesses. What if you can do for US business 3 times more than what you do in India? So who's interested in this? Please write number 2 in the chat if you're interested to become a remote accounting clerk. I'm going to keep giving you examples. Here is an MCOM person from Lucknow who has done only CPT level, first level. Her name is Shazia from Lucknow. She has also earned close to 1 crore rupees on Upwork by doing accounting work for US clients, charges $9 per hour. Can you imagine somebody charging just $9 per hour has earned more than 1 crore on Upwork? Wow. Another example of same job, same work, Purti from Vadodara with a commerce and account background has only cleared second level of CA, not even a complete CA. You see here, Purti from Vadodara, accounts expert, Yardi, WBO, charges $25 per hour. All right, a lot of people want to be that, right? Number 2, I can see on the chat. Now, third option, online tax preparer. During tax season, as Abhiday said, February to April is tax season. People in the US need help in preparing their tax returns. You can provide this service remotely by becoming an online tax preparer for individuals as well as corporations in the US. It is far more remunerative to do this work for small C corporations, LLCs, non-profit startups, and MSMEs. If you do that, you can earn a lot of money in the tax season. And no, you do not have to have a CPA degree for that. People and corporations can file their own tax returns in the US. Yes, they often use Indian finance talent to prepare for that. You just need to know US federal and state tax systems so that you don't mess up. And you can we can actually teach you that in 3 to 6 months. You don't have to worry about the technical skills. We can teach you that. Here is a detailed guide on why you don't need to be a CPA to do all this work, the tax work. This is a guide. We are showing it to you right now, and we are sharing this to you as a link. Please go through it in detail later on. No need to be a CPA. Get into US accounting and tax fast. Why and how you can actually file
Our
tax.
students actually have said that, they did simple tax registrations and got a lot of clients, and then they could do the annual tax compliance, and they could also do a lot of bookkeeping work, because then you can help them with bookkeeping. See, somebody wants to start a company. You can create that company from here. You can do the bookkeeping, get their tax registration. All of that then becomes a composite service. And it is possible to do all of that from here. Now, CPA is only for audit. You're not doing audit, right? If you can do all this, it's fine. Okay, this is the whole idea. And even the tax return can be filed by the company in their own name. For companies or for SMEs, they can do that. So you can do this. Okay. All right, Sagar, let's move.
All right. There are so many examples like Mohammad Zahid, who's already doing that, earn more than 28 lakhs in rupees from Upwork doing this work, US tax return preparer and bookkeeper. You will see in his profile, he does not have a US CPA license. So who would like to do that? You can write number 3 in the chat if you'd like to be a tax preparer remotely sitting from India. All right. I can see many of you writing number 3 in the chat. Great. More opportunities. Remote financial analyst. Another very interesting one. Who's that? A person who provides financial advice and guidance to businesses and individuals. And many of them work remotely, analyzing financial data and providing recommendations via video conference and emails. That is what you do as a remote financial analyst. In the US, most people hate maths, as I've already said, right? Those who are good at finance, they get into very well-paying Wall Street jobs or even large banks. Startups and SMEs struggle to get affordable, decent financial advice and analysis. So if you can provide this service to the small businesses, they are ready to pay you well. This is where you get massive opportunity. The pay is very high. Skills and track record which are required are also of higher standards. We can help you to get there with between 6 to 12 months. If you are already doing this for Indian companies, then you can get there in just 3 to 4 months also. Someone from Calicut who did this who did not go beyond CA interlevel, example of that person, Aftab from Calicut. Accounting, financial reporting and planning, BCom, MCom, CA inter, charges $20 per hour, has earned almost 1 crore rupees. 1 crore rupees. Can you imagine that on Upwork? Only on Upwork. Imagine if somebody is earning 1 crore on Upwork, he will have more clients outside Upwork also. Must be earning more than 1.5 to 2 crore rupees a year. Who is interested in being a remote financial analyst for US startups? Please write number 4 in the chat. Come on. Let's see the excitement. Amazing, amazing. Another very interesting opportunity. Virtual CFO. Now, who's that? Who provides financial management services to small businesses, startups, and even entrepreneurs? As a virtual CFO, you provide services such as financial planning, budgeting, forecasting, financial reporting from anywhere in the world. It will take you ages to become a CFO of a large company, but you can quickly become a virtual CFO of a lot of smaller companies in just a couple of years of experience. Yes. Is this something that sounds exciting to you? Have you ever dreamt of being a CFO of a company? And you can be a virtual CFO on fast track if you want. So do you already have experience in the industry? If you have, it'll take you 2 to 5 years with experience. And if you have more than 6 years experience, you can do this in much faster track, much faster way. Write 5 in the chat if you're interested in being a virtual CFO. Come on. Let me give you an example of someone from Ludhiana who works as a virtual CFO. Her name is Hina D from Ludhiana. Can you see here? CFO, accounting, business plan, charges $40 per hour on Upwork. Amazing, right? Another very interesting another role of job or work you can do. Financial automation specialist. Now, this is something new and interesting. The person who configures various kinds of automation for bookkeeping, financial, and accounting and tax processes to improve efficiency, reduce errors and conflicts in bookkeeping, statutory filing, and reporting. Example, Sheetal K from Delhi. Again, 1 crore rupees, close to 1 crore earned.
He's charging $120 an hour. It's a premium service, right? You start earning a bit and then you can earn much more over time, and you can specialize into, like, you start from bookkeeping, but as you learn more skills, you can then get into automation. But you can't automate where the person doesn't have books, right? I'll give you example. Every business, when they do it manually, after that they realize how to do the categories, the GL or the general ledger coding, how to classify transactions. Without real books, you can't automate. That's the whole thing. Okay, but that's something you can do. And if you feel you don't have any skills, how many of you are like, "Arey, kuch nahi aata, sab upar, everything over my head"? If it's like that, don't worry. What you can do is be a remote virtual assistant. Virtual assistant, class 12 student, no problem. Become a virtual assistant to a CPA or help a startup founder with paperwork, right? Like their document data, financial data, keep it in one place. Then as you learn one tool, you move into their bookkeeping, right? And you become a financial virtual assistant, right? If you don't know anything, you can actually be a virtual assistant, class 12 student, right? You can be a virtual assistant. Just Preet Kaur, if you're already a CPA, you can be a remote CPA. Okay. How many of you are finding this useful? Now we'll tell you why it is a great idea not to stop at one. Okay. And then we will show you a demo. All right. Damn easy demo. All right, Sagar.
All right. So now what we are showing you is a concept called skill stacking. Understand this, very important. As Abhyuday said, how we can stack a couple of those skills and we can get much more value. If you have just one high value skill, you could earn a decent living. Simple, right? But when you stack 1 or 2 or 3 more amazing skills on top of each other, your value to a modern fast growing business can increase by a lot more. Let's say, give you an example. Let's say you know basic debits and credits and you can record transactions. And then you learn accounting software like QuickBooks or Xero. Then you learn US GAAP also. So you actually learn all these things. US bookkeeping. So what all you can do by learning these 3 skills? You can do these 4 things. US bookkeeping, manage accounts receivable and payable, process invoices, run monthly financial reports, and also manage payrolls for small businesses. All these things you can do by learning just 2 skills. These 2 skills you learned. QuickBooks Xero, that is 1 skill, and US GAAP. And you can do 4 things. While you have learned just 2 skills, 2 new skills, you have access to 4 skills now. How amazing is that? That is the compounding effect. Now imagine what happens when you can combine the following skills: operating US bookkeeping software, US GAAP, US taxation for both federal and state tax levels for individuals and businesses both, corporate finance, and financial automation. If you learn these 5 skills, where will you reach? You will be able to do maybe 15 things. How valuable will it be? Will it be valuable if you think you can learn these 5 basic skills? Highly, right? Very valuable. If you can provide this wide range of services, then instead of trying to get new clients every time, you can increase your income by offering them more services for the same clients as they go up the value chain and they earn more. So you can do more work for the same clients and earn much more. You don't have to run around and look for new clients. You can grow much faster like that, since you can wear more hats compared to other people and will be critical for fast growth for those companies. If you become irreplaceable, you get paid much more. More skills and accountabilities make you irreplaceable. That is the power of skill stacking. All right, so let's quickly teach you a skill. As Abhyuday said, we're going to teach you a skill very soon to find and network potential clients. How many of you are interested in learning this skill? You want to know how you can reach out to potential clients in the US sitting right now here and what to write to them, what to send to them as a pitch. We will teach you that also. Amazing, right? Excited, super. We have more than 2,300 people live in this session. Amazing. How to reach out to Silicon Valley startups, SMEs, agencies, professionals, and investors and pitch your bookkeeping, accounting, and other financial services. Let's learn that. Okay, let's start. So now you can stop saying yes on the chat. You already said yes. Thank you so much. Now answer this. Have you heard of Y Combinator? Yes or no? If no, don't have to write. If yes, you can say yes. Mostly people are saying no. Some people have heard. Very good. Have you heard of Techstars, Shark Tank? I'm sure Shark Tank, many of you would have heard, right? Okay, mostly people are still saying no. No problem. What are these organizations? They are called accelerators or incubators. Now, what are these organizations? What do they do? They are organizations which fund new startups. They research, find which are the good potential, high potential startups, and they pick them up, they give them funding. They are called accelerators. There are more than 3,000 accelerators in the US. Okay. So let's find out these startup founders through the accelerators. I'll show you how you can do that. So you find the accelerators in US, Europe, London, find the founders on LinkedIn and Twitter, and you can send them even emails through their websites. And then you send them pitch on the email. Let me show you a demo of Y Combinator first. All right, let's go to Y Combinator. Let's go straight to Y Combinator. If you go to Google, just type Y Combinator. Here, ycombinator.com. This page will open up. This is the page, the home page for Y Combinator. Okay. Go to companies, go to startup directory, press on startup directory. All these startups.
Slowly.
Okay, sorry.
So there are thousands of accelerators all over the world. There are tons of people you can pitch to, rich people, investors, people from Twitter, sab jagah se. But we are showing you one, okay? But Sam Altman, ChatGPT founder. Peter Thiel, the guy who made big money with this thing. Not Peter Thiel, yeah, ChatGPT founder, Sam Altman. He was a partner at Y Combinator. This is the world's oldest, most reputed accelerator or incubator. Shark Tank is a TV show representing what happens live in an accelerator, right? So now we are showing you how to do this. Ab iska big company you will pitch or small company? What do you say? Tell me on chat. Small? Okay.
Very good. Very good. So this page will open up when you go to Y Combinator startup directory. If you see here, have you heard of Airbnb? I'm sure you have, right? Have you heard of Grow, GROWW? Have you heard of Meesho? A lot of these companies, Dropbox, they are all startups which are funded by Y Combinator. By the way, Y Combinator is the largest accelerator in the world. Yes. So many of you said small, right? Very good answer. So we'll go to small companies. Now, mostly, if you see the left side, there's the whole filter here. You can look at which batch, latest batches you can choose. You can choose last spring 2026 and winter 2026. Further go beyond and look and see industry. All different industries are given. You can choose whichever industry you want. Headquarter region, America, Canada, remote, Europe, South Asia, whichever you want. I'm just leaving it open to all. And then company size also you can choose. But I'm just going to last two batches. It will give me smaller ones only because newer ones will be small. So I've selected last two batches. Now it is filtered. It has come down to 72 companies. Earlier it was thousands of them. If I just remove this, maybe hundreds of them. 1 second. See how many are there? 1,000 plus companies. Now, if I choose the last two batches, it will leave me with 72 companies. All right. So let's go to one of them. Let's go to Fed10, based in San Francisco. Let's go to this. Now, when you go to this page, the page will open up. You can read about this organization, this startup. What do they do? You will see here their active founders are given. All right. And then if you see on the right-hand side, you see it is founded in 2025, very new. Batch is winter 2026. They got funding in 2026. Team size is just 3, a very small one. And status is active. Very good. So let's go to one of their founders here. Armand, let's go to his LinkedIn profile. Okay. Now, this is Armand's LinkedIn profile in front of you. Armand is the founder of Fed10, which is a startup already funded by Y Combinator. Now, can you imagine this startup will need support, right? Will need help in bookkeeping, accounting, all the kind. There are only 3 people in the startup. Now you go to message. See here on the left hand side, if there is no arrow, that means the DM is not open. So you go to more and go to connect here. Now add a note. When you do this, now here you can write 200 characters, an email, which will go directly to the inbox of Armand, who's the founder of this startup. Now, remember, in today's day and age, people see their LinkedIn messages more than they see their emails. So it's a very high chance that he will see your message. That's great, right? Now, another one I'll show you, just for you to understand how easy it is. Let me show you. Let's go to another one. Okay, let's go down a bit. Let's go to this one. Pocket, again San Francisco based. Let's go to Pocket. Now this one, if you read on the side, founded in 2024, batch of winter 2026. They got funding from Y Combinator just recently. Team size of 6 people, again a very small one. You can read about the organization, look at their founders, read about them on LinkedIn, Twitter. Very good, very good. Let's go to there. Let's go to Akshay, another founder, one of the 2 founders. Let's go to his Twitter profile. Now, if the envelope is showing here, that means the DM is open. That's good news. Just press here, and here you can send him a message on Twitter. On the bottom here, you can send him a message. Hi, whatever you want to write. So this message will go directly to his inbox through, right now the internet I think is a slow thing. That's why it's not typing, but I'm just showing you this is how you can reach out. Again, LinkedIn or Twitter. LinkedIn is the fastest. Twitter is the second option. Now, how many of you think it is a very good, excellent idea to reach out to founders of startups, of already funded startups sitting in the US? You think it's a great idea? And it's an easy way. Now, how many of them you can send messages in a day? Maybe 10 of them. You can go, there are thousands of listed startups. And Y Combinator is only one accelerator. There are 3,000 accelerators in the US. I'm going to give you a list of 300 a directory of 300 accelerators just now, in 5 minutes from now. Excellent, right? Great idea, Anjali. Great. Now, what to pitch to them? Let's look at that. We have seen how to reach to them. Now, what do we pitch to them? Let's look at that. Give me a second. All right. So I'll show you 2 messages that you can send them. I will also share these pitches with you as a link so that you can keep them safe and later on use them. Let's look at what you can write to them. First message is in case you are somebody who already knows finance work, who already has the skills. Okay. In that case, we'll send this pitch. Hi, David. For example, his name is David. I'm really excited about, put the name of the startup. I would like to offer my remote services to support your startup on a pro bono basis so that you are able to follow financial best practices from an early stage. I can perform bookkeeping, accounting, financial planning, and budgeting. I can prepare financial projections and even be your virtual CFO so that you have a clear picture of your financial health of your business. Ensure that financial diligence for any fundraising goes through smoothly. You can prepare financial MISs and even compute taxes and fill key US tax returns at a fraction of the cost that you would pay to somebody in the US. I can also help you to save 3 to 4 hours every day that you spend on administrative tasks on a day-to-day basis by implementing financial automation. All I want in exchange is your positive review on my LinkedIn or Upwork profile. If you like my work, I can give you a detailed plan in just 15 minutes if you hit a yes and let me know, and I'll share time for Zoom call. How amazing is that, guys? Do you like the pitch?
Sagar,
yes.
Dolly is asking that I must know all of this for writing so much. Will they need experience first? So yes, you need to have the skills, because if they say, do it for me, then what will you do? Right? So you need to be able to do that. You can start with pitching one thing, right? And then you can pitch more. Sagar, you showed them the LinkedIn, right? How to add them and how it is open.
Yeah.
You can shorten this message with GPT into 200 characters. So if DM is not open for someone, you can make it short, right? And I can give you example of Y Combinator founders pitching to me, right, for their product. So they do it all the time. They use LinkedIn and X to pitch all the time. Dolly, you understood? Barry Matthews said, don't do this, it's spamming. Dude, if you don't have money, you want success, and you won't do this, it's you who lose. And I'm showing you how to actually solve their problems and identify them. One more example I'm going to tell you, right? Which is right now, California is a very rich state, but very high tax state. You know what people are doing? They are trying to move out of California, right? There are two things which people are doing. One is moving out of California into places like Nevada, Wyoming, which we show you how to pitch to in those areas. Second, all the rich people want to protect their wealth from legal suits. Iska best thing they want to do is they do something in Nevada. They create a company there. Nevada is like, Hindu undivided family, right? You know about Hindu undivided family? Hindu undivided family protects, it's a separate person for tax purpose than individuals, right? Okay. Now that is the strategy they have over there. If you create a LLC in Nevada and do its paperwork separately, a rich person's wealth becomes very safe. We will show you how to do that. But you can pitch to a CPA, or you can pitch to a Y Combinator startup that I'll help you. If you're in California, you're paying crazy taxes, you should operate there, but your head office should be outside, right? Elon Musk moved to Texas. They moved Starbase to Texas, right? Why? Because lower tax, California highest, correct? How did you find this so far? Excited? How many of you are going to try it? How good should you be to be able to get work? If you pitch, is this better than मुझे hire कर लो, job दे दो? नहीं, you're not doing that. Okay, you are saying XYZ problems you will solve. I will save you 3 hours a day by doing this. I will help you this way, right? Now, second thing is they want to be able to trust you. I'll come to that later. You need to have some samples, but we will come to that later. The second thing is if you write to 10 people a good message, one of them will respond at least. 10 people won't respond, guaranteed, but one of them will respond. Maybe in the beginning you're very bad, you write to 20 people and one responds. So I'm telling you, try to 10 people a day. Right? Kya problem hai? Write to 10 people a day. We will show you later how to extract email IDs from Apollo. Okay, free 10 email ID extraction, free per day. Right? You're a student, you can do this. Virtual assistant, you can do. Right? Now, when you get very good, 2 or 3 people out of every 10 will respond. And by the way, if you have 2 or 3 clients, you will not have more time to do any more work. You will end up refusing clients. So you don't have to do this all the time. Then the other thing is that you can email, you can do this on LinkedIn. You can add them on LinkedIn. Don't write a direct message. Okay. And keep posting US insights on your LinkedIn. People made videos of US bookkeeping, QuickBooks का default report, creating C Corp in US. और उससे क्या हुआ? पता है क्या हुआ? They got work directly without ever going to Upwork. Isn't that crazy? All right, we help our students. So I'm telling you the strategy. Free में तो ये बता दें तो दो, ले तो लो जब मिल रहा है. See this guy I'm giving you example of. Y Combinator founder, Austin Allred, founder at Gauntlet AI. He also pitched to me. This is proof that they are using this. They are using LinkedIn to hire. They are using all of this. See, he has 33,000 followers. He doesn't have to pitch to anyone. He has a big community, but he did last year. See, he was at the Y Combinator company. This was the Y Combinator company he was at. Now he's here. But this Bloom Tech, if you'll see on Y Combinator, you will find it. He was in Y Combinator. Now, do you find this exciting? Now that company might not be working, but he'll hire you at the next one, Gauntlet AI, right? You want to see, I'll show you. He was there. List हो जाएगा. पुराने में आ जाओ. He was there. अब ये दिखा नहीं रहा. I'll send you the photo. ठीक है? Now they have unlisted because it's no longer operational. Okay? But how do you find it? Do you find it exciting? This was, see, इधर लिखा है. Y Combinator Summer 27 batch. इसके side पे. So this works. अब I know some of you will say मुझे ना बुरा लगेगा अगर मैंने spam कर दिया तो, right? Anyway, my LinkedIn is full of people who are messaging me for job. I don't reply. And there's one person who says good stuff. I will reply. I will show you team member I hired who wrote to me. Okay. This I'll show you 1 second. You wait. This is somebody Indira who's in our team. Okay. She has worked in a law firm earlier. She wrote to me when she was in the law firm. From May, she has been writing. I hired her. She served her notice. Then she joined in a remote job. Okay, she works in our team today. People respond. Even I respond, and I have a bigger company than most of those US people because I have 600 plus team members. You realize? Okay. अच्छा लगा, मोटिवेशन आया, असली बात है, इसलिए आई कैन टेल यू इन डेप्थ, राइट? ओके सागर, ओवर टू यू.
All right. So I showed you what to pitch if you know the skills, right? Now let me show you another pitch. You can pitch if you don't know the skill sets yet. Like Abhidha was sharing, being a virtual assistant, doing basic kind of work. You can even pitch for that. Students can pitch for that. People who are fresh graduates, people who are not confident about US skill sets yet. So I'm going to show that to you. Just give me 1 second. I'm going back to my slide. Yes, this is where we are. Okay, let's see this. Let's say that you do not know US GAAP, you don't know accounting softwares, you don't know how to do US work yet. Now, what kind of pitch you can send? Another example, you can take a screenshot of this if you want. We're going to give you these pitches in a list anyways, very soon. So you can still pitch another kind of work, which is a startup generalist or a virtual assistant. Now, what is a virtual assistant? You are like you have executive assistant for CEOs in India. Same way you are a virtual assistant for a CEO. That will help you to build your track record when you do work for, you get experience with US clients. You get, confidence for working for US clients at the top level. This is the kind of pitch you can give them. Yes, this is message number 2. I am an Indian accounts and finance professional, deeply engaged in the startup ecosystem, and would love to support your startup in any way that I can. I can help you to save at least 2 hours per day that you spend on administrative tasks on a day-to-day basis. I can build MISs for data-driven decision-making in finance, marketing, sales, and even assist you with bookkeeping, accounting work so that you can save 90% of your fees paid to US CPAs. All I want in exchange is your positive review on my LinkedIn or Upwork profile. See, in the beginning, we are not asking for money. The first 3 or 4 assignments we want to do for testimonials so that our track record starts to build.
How much time you all did traineeship and all of those internships for free in India? How much time you have to do? 1.5 years? How much time you have to work at Peanuts?
3.5 years, Jyoti Singh.
Yeah, now imagine you have to do 3 assignments which you can complete in a week. Right? Might as well do it for free because iske baad, when you write to the next person, you will say, look, here is the startup founder, like I showed you Austin Allred. You will show your own startup founder in US whom you worked with. उसने testimonial दिया and you will say, देखो इससे काम मिला है. इन्होंने testimonial दिया है. They don't care how much money you make. They care that you did the work, right? That will be the highest form of track record. And before that, you've done 2 or 3 free assignments, no problem. You can get a remote job also then if you do this much, right? For someone, then you can get remote job also, part-time remote job also. And if you even don't have this, then as you learn skills, like when we will give you Zero demo, you start making videos, okay, of all these things. When you do that, what happens when you make video? Then it starts to become a proof that you can do the work. Okay? Samjhe? Yeah. What is the plan you will send them? So based on what you can do, whether you can be a financial virtual assistant, or if you target e-commerce stores, you will say, I can help you prepare books because reconciling data with the Amazon export and your bank statements is going to be a big pain. And without that, your CPA will not pass your return. Right? I'll help you reconcile it. Or you're on Shopify, I will help you reconcile your Shopify thing because उसमें return होता है, sales tax होता है, commission होता है, right? I will help you fix that. Okay, this is how it is. All right, Sagar, let's move.
Perfect. Thank you. And don't worry if you have not done this earlier. We will show you over the next 3 days how to do many of these things and using AI very quickly. And if you've done any of these things in the past for any startup or any organization, even if it was in India, you can put that as results caused in the message itself, that this is the kind of work I've done. This is the, insert the links so that they know you know the work. For example, you can write, I performed remote bookkeeping and accounting work for a fintech company, and here is what the founder said. You can, insert a testimonial there in the same message. Another example, I prepared financial plan and projections for a company which recently raised funding, and funding coverage is here in this link. So these statements will exponentially increase the chance of getting on that Zoom call. They will know, okay, this guy knows his work. Even proposals for freelance platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, remember to include several such statements that showcase relevant results that you have produced in the past. Remember to reach out to small startups, not the big ones, maybe the pre-series A, under 20 members. You already mentioned that, right? Small and new startups. Because those are the startups which need maximum help and they welcome any help. So they are the chances of getting work from them is the best. And then you spread your bets by helping several such startups. When you raise more investments, when they raise more investments, they grow bigger. They will rely on you as they will be hungry for people they can rely on once you have done the initial work for them. As I said earlier, there are more than 3,000 such accelerators like Y Combinator in the US. You see this traction report, it says 3,093 accelerators and incubators. And they have invested so much money across so many rounds in so many companies over the last several years. Y Combinator is not the only startup. There are hundreds, rather thousands of startups. Okay, got it over there. There are thousands of startups. As I said, there's a list of 3,000 startups in the.
Sagar, I'll take you till 0. Okay, I'll take it till 0.
Okay, okay.
You can prepare till there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm going to quickly share a few links with you. You can see the list of other accelerators. So you can copy, paste, and replicate the technique. Anybody has issues with client finding, somebody is like, I don't know how to do the work. So this will happen, right? Somebody will say, I don't know this, I don't know that. Now there are how many people? 2,189 people live. So we have to do everything planned as per sequence, right? So what is the sequence? English ka tension nahi hai. We will sort that out. Okay. Ambika, what do you not know? एक चीज है, client finding सीखा. You realize that clients can be found from your computer and internet, even if you are in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 rural area or after work hours. We will tell you if you're in a job, like industry side where you are employee, we'll tell you how do you do it legally. Now, the thing is this, if you do a bad job, you will not get work, right? So now the second angle is skills, right? If you have no skills, you can still pitch virtual assistant, but 1-2 things you should still show what you can do. Now, how long it takes? It takes 2 hours a day, okay, to learn for 6 months. But you can get your first client in 2 months or 3 months. Our students even get in 1 month also, 2 months also, 15 days, 10 days also. But I don't say any promises on that, right? You pitch for 1 hour. So 1 hour, you build proof of your work and you do this technique, and remaining 1 hour, you will learn the skill. Okay. Now this is how it works. Okay. Now one example I'll give you because you may want proof that someone has done it. This is a student of ours from Indore. She was working for a startup because she was completely fresher, had taken even a career break. $3 per hour she was working. Okay. After that, she became a co-founder at a Canadian startup, and it was a I will show you also the site. Finesse.ca kuch tha. Let me see if I can get the site. Okay, this is the person, finesseconsultants.ca. This is the person who did it. Okay, and she is doing various kinds of work and has become a co-founder in this company. You like it? This is the person. Look. So now you will do this in finance. Finance has the biggest scarcity more than any other area. She earns more than $2,000 a month. This person is from Thanjavur with a property tech startup. She got a job and a percentage of equity as an early employee, right? So clear. Now we are giving you a document so that you can retain something about which businesses to target. Why are you all sharing emails? Don't share your email ID with me. It's not useful. I have your email ID when you signed up for the bootcamp. Okay, chat team, can you all be a little more active on the actual problems that's happening? Okay, all right. Here's a list of several other SME directories. That was one. Then we shared accelerators. Now you see SBA, DSBS, Apollo.io. Product Hunt, we'll teach you Apollo.io where you can get email IDs. Product Hunt, you get 10 new startups every day. 10 new startups every day. Subah ki 1 baje, you will find every day 10 new startups. Okay, सब बहुत सारे मिलेंगे. Okay, and कुछ pitches copy करना है, use करना है reference के लिए, तो here it is. Okay, we will give you links later also, don't worry. Okay, I am not introducing you to the client. Okay, guys, have a reality check. Firstly, you need to have the skills. Secondly, you need to be able to do the work, and they have to trust you. Right now, I can help you do this. Right? If I am giving you client without skill, how does it help? Right? Okay, मैजिक तो नहीं है ना, काम तो करना पड़ेगा ना. आपने you gave class 12, your graduation, your semi CA study or CMA study, or your job where you were not paid enough in India so many years, right? And you're negotiating with me on giving 2 hours a day for 3 months. What is this? Where did this happen? Just because I am online. In reality, I am here giving actual. Tomorrow I will give you MBA with this. I can charge you 10 lakhs for this or 5 lakhs for this, and people will happily pay, right? But you understand the inside, the diamond and the gold that's coming for you. Okay. Tarun, you don't like it, then you can do something else. How many of you are excited? Now you want to know how to do Xero bookkeeping with Xero. How many of you are interested in this? Let us know on chat. This is a free tool. And why it's free? Because they want more accountants to use it. You also get a dummy organization with dummy data in this for practice. And every new client you have, you can do 1 month, say, free bookkeeping. Okay. And why Xero gives this? Because they don't want you to pay, they want the client to pay. So for 1 month, you can do free bookkeeping for them, right? Literally free bookkeeping. And 1 month you won't have to do for free. After a week, they'll be like, chalo, kar lo aur paise de denge. Correct? So Sagar will go with this. Okay. Sagar, when you share screen, just ensure everybody can see it. Okay. Xero, QuickBooks, Zoho Books, all are similar. We will show you tomorrow a secret technique to access QuickBooks from India, because QuickBooks wound up in India, and it is, most people say it's not accessible, it's paid, blah blah blah, because they detect your IP in India. I will show you, Sagar will show you how to find the QuickBooks for free to practice. Okay. All right, Sagar.
Okay, so it's exciting time now. We're gonna teach you Xero demo. I'm gonna show you on the screen. Please tell me, write a Y if you can see my screen. Write a Y if you can see my screen. All right, everybody can see my screen. Great, fabulous. So as Abhyuday created, Xero is one of the softwares which we use from India for doing US bookkeeping accounting work. It is very similar, rather much easier than Tally. Many of you must have learned or used Tally in India, and you will realize after seeing this demo, it is much easier than Tally also. See, what you want to understand is that most of the work in the US or other developed nations happens online. So these softwares are much more in use than anywhere in the world. And they have made it so simple, so easy to use. I'll just show it to you. So the first step you will do is, just give me a second. I have to take you out of this page. Sorry, how did you find it? Not yet. I will ask you this question after 10 minutes. So first thing you do is you go to Google, go to Xero. Okay, Xero software. I just went some time back, so it's open here. This you can see here. You can see my screen. Say yes or Y if you can see my screen on Google. Google pages are showing up. Good. Xero accounting software for small businesses. Let's press here. This is the front page, the home page. Now, if you already have created an account, you go to try Xero for free. Sorry, if you already have an account, go to login. Otherwise, try Xero for free. When you, okay, 1 second, not this one. You have to log in first. So let's go to login. Now,
Use any email ID, lifelong free, dummy data forever to play with you for dummy organization. Any new organization you can create for 30 days for free. Okay, that much time is enough for you to practice, to learn, to practice again, and to sell paid bookkeeping service to a client. Right? All right,
yes.
Sagar.
And as Abhyuday said, you can practice as much as you want. It's free demo. I'll just show it to you. Now I have already created I've put my email address, I've created my password, I've created my login. So I'm going to take you to that page where it is already showing. Okay, I have to put my password. I'm just putting it once again. I'll go back to login. All right. Oh, 1 second. Just a second. I'll just do it again. I'll put my email address. I'll put my password. Now it will take it. Something went wrong. Hold on. There is some problem here, but it will not be long. Give me a second because I just logged in before the session to practice and it did log in.
Mine is
Please-
logged in right now in case you wanted to show something temporarily.
Oh, I'm logged in now. Yes. Can you see my screen? Yes, I can see. You can see it, right? Good. So now this is the page which will open up once you logged in. Once you logged in, this is the front page. All the now you see here two companies. There are two companies here. One is Puja Forge, the name of the organization I created for my practice, and one is already a demo company which is created by Zero itself for practice purposes for people like you and me. Now, you can even add new organization if you want. I'm not doing that right now. I'm just taking you to the demo company first to show you. We're already on the demo company here, right? Now, the first and foremost thing that you need to understand is whenever you join or you start working on a software like Xero or QuickBooks, you need to first align the bank statements and the credit card statements with the software of your client, like your bank statements of your client and the credit card statement. You need to upload them. Now, you cannot do transactions from here, but all the live transactions will be seen here so that you can do reconciliation, you can create invoices, you can create bills, everything you can do once you have the bank statement and the credit card statement uploaded. So that's the first step that you should always know. For that, you see this tab here, the blue tab, that is the Brahmastra. Brahmastra means that is the most important thing in this software. It will give you all the accesses. Let's go to accounting and let's go to bank accounts. When you go to bank accounts, this page will open up. And here you will see on the right hand side, add a bank account. Just press here. I hope I'm going in the right speed. Now, filter by country. You can filter, you can put United States. For example, your client is from United States. You can filter that. So all the banks in the US will show up here. Let's say your client has a bank account in Citibank. Let's go to Citibank US. Now, when you press here, continue to log in into the bank. At this stage, it will not go forward because it's a demo company. But when you have your client bank account details, of course, you press here and you fill in the bank account number, IFSC code, whatever details are required. Of course, your client will give those details and your bank account of bank statement, bank account statement will be connected with this software for your client. Same way you can do for credit card also. When you go and log in here, same way for the credit card, exactly the same steps. Simple, doable. Keep telling me so that I know that you are focusing and you're getting it. Doable, understandable, and doable. That means AD. You can write AD in the chat. Sorry, UD, not A. UD, understandable and doable. Okay, perfect. Fabulous. Now let me teach you how to create. Now there are a lot of things you can learn from here. You can even practice yourself, but I'm going to show you a few things which are very important. Let's go to creating invoices. Very important, right? Let's teach you how to create invoices on Xero. Now you go to sales here. I went to sales and I went to invoices. I pressed invoices. This page will open up. Demo company already has these invoices created for practice purpose. So I'm going to show you how you can create a new invoice. If you go here on the top middle, create a new invoice. A new invoice, new repeating invoice, whichever you want to create. Let's create a new invoice. This page will open up where you have to fill in the details of the invoice. See here, you have to first add the contact. So there are so many contacts already added for the demo company. Let's say we are going to Coco Cafe. We are creating an invoice for Coco Cafe. Issue date. Today's date is already picked up. Okay, due date, let's say it's 1 week from now, 24th of January. Invoice number is already there. You can change it. Reference if there's any. PayPal, what is the online payment? You can add that or delete this, whatever works for you. Amounts are taxable. Very good. You can keep that or you can keep changing it whenever, whatever is applicable. Go to item. Okay, let's pick up, let's say Coco Cafe. We can say anything for that matter. Let's say golf balls. We are purchasing invoice, sorry, we are selling golf balls.
Sagar, can you zoom? Command Shift plus.
Shift plus. Okay.
Command button. It's an
Yeah.
Apple, right?
Yeah.
Command Shift and plus. It will zoom your browser window.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. No. One or two steps less.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Clear now, everybody? So see, you can import bank account, but more likely than not, they might not share their bank account ka password. But you can't pay bank account like that, right? You are importing. But suppose nahi milta hai, theek hai? So they will give you Excel export, right? Excel export comes to their email. Every month you get a reconciliation from bank. That export they will forward to you. Now you upload it as per the format that Zero has given. So you'll upload it as per that format. Okay? You know how to upload an Excel format, right? Excel you can upload in, you don't know. Excel format is given in this thing, in Zero. So you can
Yeah,
upload transactions as per that.
if I get a chance, I'll show it.
Yeah, I will show you the manual journal soon. Okay, all right, Sagar.
All right. So we are continuing with the invoice creation. Okay. So golf balls, white pack, white 3-pack, 100 quantity, let's say. Price is $15. So total amount is $1,500. Now this is an invoice created already now. Now you want to see a preview of this, how this invoice looks like? Let's go on the top here and say preview. This is how the invoice will look like. Name of the company will come here, draft invoice. All the details are here. Guys, tell me UD or not? UD, understandable and doable, right? Okay, perfect. Very good. Very easy, right? Great. Now let me show you another one. How to create bills. A lot of times you will need to create bills, right? Similar, very similar to how you create the invoices. Let's say you see all these bills are already created in the demo company. Let's say new bill. Again, new bill can be a repeating bill, can be a credit note, import from CSV, or new bill. Let's press new bill. Same way, lot of info, not lot, but some of the information to be added. Let's say we are creating the bill for Ashish and company. New contact. Okay, let's give a new contact. Now in this, we can also create new contacts. Just a second. Okay, Ashish and company, it's taken. Very good. Due date, let's say 26th of Jan. Reference, let's give a reference number. US dollars or INR, whatever you want. I have chosen US dollars, which is the item. Bill for, let's say, fish out of water book. Quantity, let's say 15 or 14. Unit price, $10. Which account? You can choose which account. Is it an expense account? Is it a entertainment account? Let's say entertainment account. All right, let's go. Keep going down. Save it. Approve it. You can even get it approved by your client, or you can simply save it. When you save it, it will save in the list of your bills. I'll just show it to you. This is how it is saved, Ashish and company. And now you can even see it as a PDF. 1 second.
Invoice is something where you need money from someone else, and bill is something you have to pay. Electricity bill, phone bill, salary का तो अलग रहेगा, right? And invoice is something you are going to receive. Now the reason you map it here is because when you interconnect the bank account, right? The bill and the bank account gets interconnected, so you can do auto reconciliation on the platform, because the platform will pull it and match it, which Sagar will show you. Okay, that is why it's very important to do it here. And you can email also. Now every time they bill a client, they will email this to their client, right? Now because they need this invoicing to happen all the time, they'll pay you. Now there are many companies in India, right, who are doing this startup ka bookkeeping, correct? But in US this is less, right? And India mein to you'll do that, you'll get 15,000 or 20,000 per month or 10,000 a month, right? But if you're doing this in US, you can get $1,000 a month extra, correct? That is what it is. We are coming to each concept. Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm going to show you, before I show you reconciliation, which is very interesting, I'll show you one more step, which is chart of accounts, how to prepare chart of accounts. Now, what is chart of accounts? Chart of accounts is it's actually same as ledger. We call ledger in India. In US, we call it chart of accounts. So how do we create it? Go to accounting, go to chart of accounts here. And now you can see already there are all these chart of accounts for various heads: purchases head, interest income, other revenue, sales, Netflix I created just a little while back, cost of goods sold, advertising, all these chart of accounts already there for demo purpose. Let's add an account here as a new chart of account. It will ask which account type is this? Is it an expense account? Is it a fixed asset? Let's say it's a expense account. Okay. Code, you can enter whatever code you want to enter. Name, okay, let's give it a name. Let's say it's Geo Hotstar. Okay.
You
Description.
understood that all account, the master category for any business will be clear, right? Account type, what is it? Because you had standard rules of accounting for all kinds of accounts. So it will all fall into those predefined categories, but you can create subcategories before you have the final ledger, right? Before you have, for example, a student's account, you will recognize it as revenue or a sale. But before that, you'll have this student, that student, maybe you can map it to product, right? But remember that list of all the ledgers, that grand list, that thing you call the ledger, every item is something, right? Every item in your every person's account is there, right? What is that grand list called? That is called chart of accounts. All the categories, all the headings of the accounts, right? And this is there in Tally also. But anyway, all the main accounts and the sub accounts, that whole list, grand list of everything is called chart of accounts. All right. Okay. Purchase you will add no through your bill you will have, because you have to pay, and there are more categories. For example, Zoho books, if you see, that will give you different category for purchase. Inventory also can be added, all of that. Okay. How did you find this? I'll show you how to feed raw data also. But till you're clear, can you write CL on chat? Mark everybody. Uploader, I'll show you. Uploader very important, especially if you use automation. Okay. All right, Sagar, let's move.
Okay, I'm going to show you reconciliation. Again, very, very interesting, magical. Okay, I'll show you how easy it is. Let's go back to the home page. Here you see the dashboard. Okay. Even the dashboard is very interesting. Very easy. On the one look, you can see what all is pending, what all is due, how you can serve your client, how you can help him. And you can be seen as somebody who's an efficient accountant, efficient person in bookkeeping and accountant. You see, I'll just show it to you, the dashboard, then I'll show you reconciliation. You see the dashboard, business saving account, all the details in one look. Okay, business bank account details, statement balance on 16th of January, balance in zero. Everything is given here in one shot. Then what are the invoices owed to you? You see here 5 of 9 invoices are overdue. You can tell your client, okay, I'm going to reach out to these people and get the money in. They are overdue. So your client will be very happy. Okay, this guy is, doing a job extra mile, going extra mile. Bills to pay. Okay, there are 5 overdue bills. So you can tell your client, okay, I'm going to write to these people a reminder because these bills are pending. Recent invoice payments, which all have been received recently. Everything is in one shot available to you. Cash in, cash out. Everything is available as a dashboard. Net profit or loss year to date. You can change this if you want. This is a plug and play, very easy and very efficient. Your client will be very happy if you are an expert in this. And you can see from this, it's very easy to understand. And if you practice it for some time, you can become an expert. So let's now look at reconciliation. Okay. See here on the first top of the dashboard, it says reconcile 27 items. Press here. When you go here, you will see the reconciliation page will open up. Now you see there are 2 sides to it. Review your bank statement lines. So these are the bank statement lines which are picked up from your client's bank statement. And here match them with your transaction in Xero. So there are places where it is already matching. The software will catch it and show you where OK will already be written, wherever it is already matching. Like the entry in the Xero is already been done, like an invoice is created or a bill is created. And here the transaction is there in the statement. You just have to press OK. Reconciliation done. How amazing and simple is that? Same one you see here, trucks and property management spent how much? $1,181.25. And here you see same amount, same company, transaction in Xero. You just press OK, reconciliation done. Now, for example, here Jacaranda Maple Systems, there is a amount received of 2,000 rupees. That means an invoice has to be created. So you quickly create it here with the same amount, same company, and OK will come here, press OK and reconciliation done. How easy is that? Is that easy and doable? You can now this time write ED. If it's easy and doable, please tell me in the chat if you found it interesting and easy and doable. Yes, a lot of people were saying it's very similar to Zoho. Very true. Zoho books, QuickBooks and Xero, very similar. There's no rocket science. See, I am not a finance guy. I have a background of BCom, but that's a different thing. I'm into a completely different field. But I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it easily. You are already into finance. Very good, very good. Fabulous. Let's move forward from here now. Great. So I hope you found this valuable. Did you find it valuable? The entire
You did reports, Sagar?
Oh, I missed out the reports. I'm so sorry. Very,
problem.
very important. Yeah.
There is reports
I missed out the
also.
report. Yeah.
That
there
is the
are-
coolest part.
Yes. I'm gonna go back to Xero. 1 second. Okay.
I'll
so-
show you how to upload bank statement. Don't worry. Adrija are going slow.
Okay. So there's another very interesting one, which is again, I'm back to Xero. You need to see how reports are created so much automatically and so efficiently by the software. Once you've done the reconciliation, once you've done the invoices purchase for bills for purchase, all of that you've done. Now you can look at how easily the reports are created. If you go here on the reporting, all reports are mentioned here. You can even star mark some favorite reports, and you can see all these reports are available. You can go to any one of them. Let's go to profit and loss account, profit and loss report. Right now, when you go to this, it is showing. This is again in the demo company, by the way. Okay. Now, this is the kind of report it already creates, and you can choose the item from the filter. Compare it with none. Okay, let's compare it with last 1 month. Compare with last 1 month. Compare tracking categories. We can even add that. Last 1 month is from January 2026 to 31st January 2026. This is the trend it is comparing. Or even you can compare for other periods. You can even compare for the quarter or the year. Let's compare for the year. 1 year. Okay, let's compare. Update. Just press update and the report will get updated. How easy is that? Easy, right? Same way you can do payroll reports. Sorry, payroll reports. No, sorry, reports are here. Account transactions, age payable.
These are pre-built. You can customize them. Now you understand that every business owner wants custom reports. So shuru mein you start and you can configure ki how frequently the email should go, every day or every week. So you set up a system of reports, right? That they are getting. Then what you say? I have become financial MIS I am maintaining, right? And if you integrate an app where the invoice is recognized and there is a approval process, you will say, I am also putting in financial controls now, right? So what happens? Skill stacking happens. You don't have to do so much. But for now, even if you couldn't follow this demo, do you understand that it is doable? Possible hai. India mein papad bele hai, but US mein possible hai, right? That is the whole idea. Because if you see, somebody here has worked in SAP and Oracle. I think a lot of you have done. He said it's cakewalk, right? So you could type cakewalk if you feel it is CW, right? Cakewalk. Literally, that is how US is. Cakewalk waiting for us, right? Yeah, imagine all those people, 15,000 people registered. Only the lucky 1,990 people still here are still learning this. Antara, can our team take a screenshot of this and share with everybody what they have missed out and what they have learned, right? Okay, awesome. I wanted to teach you a couple of bonus features. You want? Couple of bonus features. Yeah? Okay. Doable cakewalk, right? Okay, Sagar, 2 things I'll just show. Okay. So how do you get the thing? You get details here. Okay. You go and click. Suppose you have an Excel sheet, right? Excel sheet mein aata hai from bank account, every bank account Excel sheet happens. Excel sheet you will get from there. You will click on manual journal. Now you can do 2 things. You want to do journal entry, you can do from here. You can do journal entry, okay? Narration and all of that. But what people do, they click on manual journal and you can import. Okay. When you import here, so I'll show you again.
Abhidep,
Account.
can you just check if everybody can see your screen? Guys, can you write Y if you can see the screen of Abhidep, please?
Now you can see manual journal.
Yeah.
Accounting में, ठीक है? यहाँ पर you can manually enter, but best is to import from here. Manual journal template. So this will give you a template of an Excel. Okay. When you open that, then you can fill in everything into that format, right? So you'll get a template in which you can open. See, it says copy your manual journal into template, import the template file. Cool. Now, how do you do this? They'll have lots of bills, lots of invoices. That is very easy. Remember, India also has Kagaz app. We banned Cam Scanner, but we have Kagaz app, right? So it will happen like that. Okay. Now, one more thing, you can also do lot of AI, PI you can do. Okay. You can not AI, sorry, you can integrate effort. You can add state tax settings. You can do many things. See, my trial is expired. Then how am I able to do it? Because I can add an organization. Sorry, I'll show you. This is free forever for life. Trial expired, right? This was dummy organization. Now I'll again add another organization and I'll get 30 days for accounting for here. तो फिर problem ही नहीं है. Even if I'm a slow learner, I have no pressure, right? Clear till here? Enjoyed it? And by the way, if you go here, there are apps you can add which will do your invoice recognition. But मजा आ रहा है, मतलब पूरा market है, we can conquer. There are 3-4 lakh, sorry, there are 6.5 lakh CPAs, literally, right? Reversing is easy, you will delete it, correct? Okay, all right, Sagar, if you're there, you need me to pick some pen.
You can go ahead.
Okay, did you realize it's similar, easier than Tally? Sudhanshu Kesharwani, 1 crore in how much time? Okay, I don't want to make it is possible, right? Our students sometimes they have done it. They do $10,000 a month also, but I don't want to, make any assurances or promises. You learn extra, it is good. Correct? 1 lakh extra per month, 2 lakh per month. We'll tell you what you have to do after that. Because what you have to do after that, you have to hire juniors, right? There's a story. There's a guy who earns $2 million. You know what he does? He does paperwork for dentists in the US. Paperwork for dentists, because in medical school they don't learn how to do their financial, right? So he just does paperwork for dentists and he just charges them $3,000 in a year. Okay. Now dentist is earning $200,000 to $300,000 in US. Okay, and you're charging them $3,000 a year. It's a no-brainer. It's their pain solved. Very boring work, but he's very rich. Okay, this guy. So $3,000 a year. You know how many clients he has? He's not on Twitter. He's not on social media. चुपचाप उसको काम करना है. 680 clients he has. 680 clients. Influencers struggle to get this much. Okay, and $3,000 per year into 680. If you do, you'll get a $2 million business. $2 million business. So now 680 clients you can't hire alone, you can't manage alone. So he has 2 or 3 juniors he's managing with, right? Ab us junior ko if you pay even 1 lakh rupees or 50,000 or 80,000 rupees, right? Then what will happen? He's still making the lion's share of the money, right? You can make like this. If you make like this, you will pay your juniors better than Big Four also, and they will never leave you. ऐसा कहाँ मिलेगा उनको employer like you, right? And you can only afford to pay it because you have international clients. Right? This is what it is. All right, Sagar.
Amazing, right? Such an opportunity. So just to continue from where we were on Xero, 80% of the work is very similar. Where if you compare to India and US, and you are already doing that kind of work in India, you don't need to be a tech savvy to learn these skills. And you already realized from Xero demo that it is much easier to learn it and very easy, very doable. We will show you how you can use QuickBooks tomorrow. And then we will also show you Zoho Books on Monday. So please don't miss the session tomorrow and day after tomorrow, okay? And people will tell you that you cannot access QuickBooks in India, but that's not the case. We have found a hack and we will teach you how you can access QuickBooks from India, and you can even practice and also get a certificate for yourself. But we will show, okay, I've already shared this. It will be a massive competitive advantage for you if you just learn how to access the softwares for free, no charge. You learn and practice, and you will become an expert. Practice on it and do some simple bookkeeping and assignments for your US clients, and they will be happy and you will be happy. So are you interested in learning more about this? How many of you are interested in learning more about this? Tell me in the chat, yes or no. All right, so make sure you attend the live session tomorrow as well, 6 to 9, okay? And you should also know US GAAP so that you can do bookkeeping properly. US GAAP is another important aspect. We will teach you US GAAP also. We'll teach you the difference between US GAAP and Indian accounting standards today itself to you, another skill. And then you must learn how to find clients. Later today, we will teach you another client acquisition technique and also some interesting concepts of US GAAP very soon from now. So let us understand something right now. Why will US and global clients be interested in giving Indian finance, accounting, and bookkeeping people work? Why? Why will not they give the work to US people, US professionals? Why will they give you work? The answer is very easy and simple. Of course, they can hire locally. Yes, a lot of people are already writing in the chat, but you have a huge advantage. Hiring accountants and bookkeepers in the US is damn expensive. Here is how much an accountant or a bookkeeper earns in the US. 65,000 plus US dollars salary, an accountant salary in the US. You know how much that is in rupees? Almost 60 lakhs.
That is if you can find. If you can find. And if that accountant is a CPA, then to डूब गए, बहुत महंगा पड़ेगा. It is not 65,000. A CPA will earn $100,000 or $150,000 plus, right? Even bookkeepers are earning $50,000. Sagar will show you.
Yeah, $46,000 here, which is almost 40 lakh rupees in Indian rupees. Now compare it to India. Indian accountant salary 3 lakhs. Just see this, less than 3 lakhs, and here it is 60 lakhs, 20 times more. Average bookkeeper salary in India 2.5 lakhs per year, and here it is 40 lakhs, 15 times more. So can you imagine the amount of salaries those people get? So they are much more expensive, and as Abhyuday said, there is an accountant shortage there, so they may not find them also. In addition, the US is facing this accountant shortage, so they have a no option but to hire from other countries at much cheaper price. The H-1B visa restrictions are further exponentially increasing offshoring. You can see this Economic Times article. US accounting firms tap India to elevate talent crunch. When companies can no longer afford to bring Indian talent to the US, there are two major shifts which are happening. Thousands of MNCs are opening up offices in India, thousands of them. And small businesses, MNCs are the bigger, larger organization, 5%. 95% small businesses, SMEs, the second point, are hiring remote workers to assist for bookkeeping. That is your opportunity. Think about it from a perspective of a founder of a startup in US. There is a startup in Silicon Valley Garage. It is going to be the next big thing. It gets into a premium accelerator like a Y Combinator. It gets interest from investors, raises their seed round. Seed round is the first investment round. Investors are expecting them to run a tight ship now, and they hire a professional for bookkeeping, accounts, and financial planning. The US CPA or even a bookkeeper or accountant will charge them $50,000 per year. They have another option for hiring an Indian bookkeeper or accountant who knows US GAAP and can work on accounting softwares like Xero, QuickBooks, Wave to help them with a part of the work and drastically reduce their 50,000 bill to $10,000 bill, 5 times less cost. Anyway, they are used to hiring techies from India, right? Will they say no to hiring such a professional who is conversant with US accounting, but they cost 1/5? What would you do if you were the CEO of that startup in the US? Will you hire the US professional at 5 times the price or Indian? Tell me in the chat. Indian or US professional? Which one will you hire if you are the CEO of that startup in the US? Indian, right? I can see. If the Indian guy can do the same quality of work, why not? I'm saving 80% of my cost. Very good. I guess you are beginning to understand what is going on and what is the opportunity that we want to share with you right now. A unique opportunity is brewing. It is incredible and unprecedented. How will AI impact US bookkeeping? Let's address this now. You already
Sagar,
got the opportunity.
Sorry to interrupt, Sagar. I'll just do this. Okay, I'll ask people the question.
Yeah.
And you can take the next, right? Yeah, somebody saying Pakistani and Bangladeshis are more cheaper than India. That is true. Vietnam also cheaper, right? But now the question is what they have to do to get the work. They have to learn the work, build track record. Now, if you don't do it, that is what will happen. Pakistan has big population. They will go there and they'll do it. But India has bigger population, more hardworking people, right? Now you have to decide, will you leave the field open or will you actually jump in? right? That is very important. Yeah, you are most trusted. Exactly, right? People know the story of India, right? Will you jump in or will you let the field open? Correct. I'm opening chat here. Okay. Right. Now, many Pakistanis in US and foreign countries, they don't want the hate that they have, that a lot of countries have for Pakistan. So they say we are from India actually, if they're living there. So I'm telling you, that is what reputation you carry. Now you can use it. Correct. All right. Now, are you worried about why AI will not take away over your bookkeeper's job? Who can tell me? Right? Okay, Antara. Trust and confidentiality. Okay. Indians are more diversified. Okay. Trade restrictions. How many of you? So the thing is this, that if you learn, but firstly, bookkeeping, lot of manual work is there in bookkeeping, right? AI can help you automate outside. Outside this, you can run automation, but you always have to check. AI makes so many mistakes, and finance is very complicated. Entry level 12th standard bookkeeping is complicated. Social media posting is not complicated. Entry level bookkeeping is complicated. You know that zero thing you can import. SMEs can import bank account or Excel sheets into it. If I give it to AI, okay, to categorize the transactions, AI messes up. Like 80% of my transactions go into suspense account. Why? Because I have some people who pay in installment, some people in EMI, some people who pay through a separate payment gateway, some people who are paying through loan partner. It's so many different things. Okay. And AI needs like 50 pages and 100 pages of knowledge and 3-4 months of practice before it can be run. Right. So I can't even import and upload the thing. Right. It can show ki kahan dalna hai wo batao, but automatic GL coding it is called. GL coding is ledger coding ka kam. Okay, while classifying that, okay, there's a paisa, this is revenue or something else, right? That itself is the very hard. But I'll tell you this, you want an advantage. You don't want to wait on your laurels ki ek din AI will get better and then you will be stuck. So what do you have to do? Right? Professionals, two categories will be there. Professionals who get supercharged and professionals who are like lazy and staying back. Now your advantage is if you learn how to use AI, right? AI is changing who is getting paid more. So bookkeeping is shifting from doing everything manually, right, to controlling the system. Okay, maybe you will implement something so that OCR is done for some app through which OCR is done. Then you'll connect it to your Xero or to your Excel sheet, right? So bank feeds can automate this with a lot of work, categorization, rule-based entries, invoice capture, basic elementary reconciliation for SME you can do. Okay, but as it grows, it will always keep breaking because the business is growing. So the value moves to improving the system, running the system, fixing the messy mapping, catching anomalies, explaining what is the variation for. You will explain to the CEO in the report, in the meeting, closing the books faster for the month end, where they don't do it, they don't know. The team takes 1 week, you're doing it in 2 hours, maybe. Right? The accountant's role is shifting. You're not a number entry person. Are you liking this? You are becoming a review person. You are becoming a checker. So this is already a big kind of promotion for you. Correct? So you need to review and find the errors. Tell this is a problem. You don't have to know all the answers. Don't think that you have to be very advanced. You don't have to know the answer. You have to just tell the CEO, Dekho bhai, this is a flag, okay? Because I don't think this is different from the earlier one. Right? I can create SOP also. Correct? And SOP is very important for the other team and for the remaining, for training the AI. Right? And explaining the reports to clients. They want the reports to be explained. They want you to own the deadline. You can do that. So your job in the age of bookkeeping will be AI plus human. This is the most superior outcome. If somebody replaces you, they are dead. Okay, they can't. But even you should learn how to use AI eventually, because AI will make you hyper productive, solve more problems, because you don't want to be a bookkeeper alone, right? It's great. 1 lakh, 2 lakh. Now somebody asked me 1 crore kab banega. So you have to go down a sliding scale where you're graduating to more advanced work, right? So AI is only as good as what was your chart of accounts this design, which Sagar showed you, your vendor rules, and vendor rules always change. Why? Growing company, नया collaboration है, नया vendor आया है, नया distributor आया है, they expanded to US, this state, उधर अलग system है, commercials अलग है, तो वो सब rules डालना पड़ेगा, वरना बैंक अकाउंट में how do you identify the commission? Payroll mapping, cleaning things, right? So this is becoming cleanup is becoming premium, supervision is becoming premium, right? So you will clean data, give prior training and samples. Training कैसे होगा? 3 महीना तो you'll do basic bookkeeping to be able to prepare an SOP, to study the model, right? And then you will say, I'll do this. And that person will be like, ये कर दिया ना, उसके बाद they will not hire a better person than you, a more experienced person than you. Why? Because that person won't understand what you have done. You will become entrenched into the system. Like today, if I start another competitor of Instagram, I will get 0 followers on that. 0 people will make account. Why? Because they're embedded into the system. Right? So मैं तो स्विगी भी नहीं यूज करता because I use Zomato first. If I have Zomato, I use that. Right? Now this is what it is. If you get चिपक जाओगे client से, if you later on start doing, you start with bookkeeping, but इसमें घुस गए और ये डल दिया एक दो, तो you are stuck there. Right? Stuck meaning client is stuck to you. You can discard the client, or best is you can charge more. Okay, is it nice? So you do month end, you take a screenshot of this, इससे समझ आ जाएगा what you need. Right? Quality control, workflow design. IRS का notice आया, AI क्या करेगा? You did bookkeeping का rules. तो respond कैसे करना है? Right? Clear documentation and audit trail. Most important is where is the documentation? Right? That you have to keep together. Communicating the insights clearly. Are you liking this? How many of you are enjoying this? This is a new, unique conversation that we are doing. So your work is what? Judgment. You graduate from basic work to judgment and responsibility. B school doesn't train you for it. MBA finance doesn't train you for it. They try to say that you have to do more intellectual work, harder, longer. No. You decide on level that you are working at, right? Simple work, right? And if you do US accounting, you can work for clients all over the world. You know why? Firstly, US GAAP and IFRS, very similar, right? There are parameters on which it is different, but it's like this: 3 BHK and 4 BHK similar, right? Studio apartment and 2 BHK similar. What is different? एक में एक hall है, एक में kitchen is there in both. One has a hall and one has extra bedroom, one has extra bathroom. Now parameters are same. You have place to live, you have place to cook, you have place to go to washroom, right? But everything else can differ, plus minus. That is how it works if you know one system. So if you know even Indian GAAP, not even India's, Indian GAAP, you can learn it. Yeah, liked it? Okay. Now, how will I send the whole session, Kavita? ये तो live बता रहे हैं. Okay, American companies don't just operate in US. They have branches, and Sagar is going to be back teaching Aratrika. They have branches and subsidiary all over the world, like UK, Canada, Europe. In most of these countries, you will see 50% plus foreign businesses are American. So if an American business is operating in UK or Europe or even in India, for their Indian books, they will do bookkeeping in India, and for their US books, they will have to cast the Indian books into US version. So US bookkeeping required for that, right? So now that also, if they are operating in Europe, in Canada, they need someone who can convert it to US book. US CPA very expensive for that. Canadian CPA will say, I don't know how to do US bookkeeping. So you step in and you convert, right? Yeah, Antara, sorry, I forgot. In all such cases, they need your help. Second, there are companies from UK, Europe, many other countries which are operating in America. Right now, instead of going to a US accountant, many accountants are short. They are desperate to get accountants who can do US friendly work. So they'll say, Achha, this company ka I need to file in US. Can you do the accounting? Even we have subsidiary in UK, in Canada, in US. Every year we have to recast the books as per that. And it was so hard for us to find, even small accounts I have to audit, or I have to prepare the bookkeeping and the books as per UK system. Couldn't find somebody in UK. Right? You can see UK is the biggest investor in US. So UK businesses have presence in US. Are you liking it that you can also actually do work like this? And I'm telling you which countries ka clients you will get if you do international stuff. And then I will give you crazy opportunity and we will teach you also. Right? Translation of books. Yes, Ashwini Mahant. Not into language, into format. Yeah, you can do it in Indian time, get paid in your Indian bank account. Right? Okay, which countries are these? Japan, UK, Canada, Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, Ireland, France, Luxembourg, Sweden, Australia. These are the countries. They have these have the most number of US में businesses. So US में US businesses plus all these foreign countries. Even Indian businesses are going to US. So your Indian client, you can say, आप US कब जाओगे? I'll help you do US accounting. Right? All right. Praveen, it's okay. So so you understand the whole opportunity that becomes global, and this was never there before. Like in BPO, if you work, you have an advantage, but you can't get paid more. So you have to learn how to do outreach. Right? Now, understand this. How many of you are excited? Sagar, can we do preference list? 442.
Sure.
1853 people are here. Okay? It's incredible. Right? You can work in Indian timing. How many of you are excited that this is once in a lifetime opportunity? Look, if you delay, the best returns come to the early movers. Right? Same thing happens here. If you are the fastest mover, you will get best returns. Right? All right, Sagar, do share the link
Yes.
after creating the conversation.
Okay, perfect. So now you have seen the opportunity, you have started to learn the skills, you've started to see that the work is doable. We have also taught you one of the outreach skills, how you can reach out to the startup founders. Now, at this moment, I'm sure you have at least opened up to the opportunity. And at the same time, you want to explore this further. How many of you want to explore this further? Tell me in the chat. Do you want to explore this further? Are you ready to receive professional help for this? If at this stage you are interested, I'm not saying any commitment right now, you are committing to it, no, but you are interested in receiving professional help because you can see it's doable. And if you learn the skills you have track record building and you have outreach skills, you can get the work done. You can get your high paying US clients sitting from Meerut, sitting from Lucknow, from Kolkata, wherever you are, maybe in any city in the country, and you can do work for US clients, earn 5 times more, right? So many of you have been asking us for our courses. So at this stage, I'm going to talk about my courses tomorrow. We will tell you more about the courses tomorrow. But at this stage, we want you to know that we only have 100 people scholarship that we will offer tomorrow. And this scholarship will be extraordinary, something which will be affordable for anyone and everyone. But only 100 seats will be available tomorrow. But before we offer that tomorrow, I want to know how many people are interested in knowing about this scholarship and they are interested in this at this stage. So we will share a preference list to get an interest from you. So those who are interested in the scholarship should fill this preference list. We are sharing this, so you can stop writing on the chat, no need on the chat, but you should fill this link, fill this form. I'll show you how to fill this form. It is on your chat already. If you see here, Noshina has already shared this form on the chat. Again, she has shared. When you go on this preference list, this page will open up. I'll take you through it. Just fill it. It will just take you a few seconds, okay? People who are interested to finding more about the scholarships tomorrow. Okay. So these are the details. You need to fill in your email address. I'm going to put my email address in front of you. All right. Then you need to put in your details of your name. Select your country. Where are you from? If you're from India, mostly people are here from India. Your phone number. What do you do? I'm just selecting randomly. That may not be correct for me, but you need to put the correct information for yourself. What is your educational background? I can say BCom. How many years of experience do you have? I have 25 years of experience. And how do you think this course will help you? It will help me to get 5 times more income. Whatever is appropriate for you, okay? Mention that. And then submit. That is how you submit your preference list, your name on the preference list. Please go on the preference list link and complete that if you are interested to knowing more about the scholarships, because the scholarship seats are limited. So we want to see currently how many people are here. More than 1,800 people, 1,800 people, and only 100 scholarships tomorrow. So we want to know how many people are really interested. Accordingly, we will talk to our finance team and see how many seats we can open. It will not be.
We can tell you it will be very affordable for anybody who is serious. Okay?
Yeah.
Excited about it?
Yes. Are you
Now,
excited? Come on, guys. Don't let the excitement fall, the energy fall. We need to keep the excitement up. Abhi just asked you, are you excited about it? And very few people said yes. Now people are saying yes. Maybe people are busy in filling the preference list. I can
yeah,
understand.
no worries, no worries. And we'll tell you the scholarship. Don't worry, you will have a choice. But I want to know how many people are serious. It looks like a lot of people are, because there are 1,771 people who are here, which means
Wow.
that people are very, very serious. I have never seen before ever such a response. One thing I can tell you, it will be very affordable for everybody who is serious. This is for professional assistants beyond 9 hours. See, even in 9 hours, we'll teach you enough, right? That is not even taught in paid courses. CPA program won't teach you this. I have had CPAs attend all 3 days. Indian CAs working in Big Four attend all 3 days because they are learning something valuable, right? Of course, BCom people also attend. Now, the thing is that if you learn this, right, it is going to be a crazy one. But we will shortly address the elephant in the room, which is called US gap. Now, somebody said, will you assure me of job? You have to assure me. I can't take assure on your behalf that you will take effort, right? You have to take effort. If you put in 2 hours a day, you can get results. And tomorrow I will give you a plan, a roadmap that you can follow for free, right? That people, that our students have followed. Because see, the rubber hits the road test is that somebody has used it and got results. Then you can take it, right? We are not giving you gyan without any reason, without proof. We will show you example. Sagar, you can show example of Ronak and a few other people who have
Yeah.
been earning like crazy. Praveen, Pratik Jain, right? This is on 424 onwards, who have actually done this work and gotten massive results. And then we will teach you US gap. We will even have one of our students, Dushyant, who has moved from HR background. Okay, he was doing, HR work in finance industry, and he moved from HR into this work, right? And he has been doing super well, and we will discuss with him shortly. Let's just show this. And Dushyant, if 10 minutes will be okay, then it will be great from your end.
Okay,
10
sir,
to
sure.
15
Yeah.
minutes. Thank you so much, Dushyant. Okay, Sagar, let's move.
All right, great. I can see a lot of people are filling the preference list. Thank you so much for showing your interest. I'm really, glad that you
It
are
will
coming.
not be there later, so finish it off. Okay, don't leave it for later.
Yes,
All
this
right.
preference list will not be there later. If you're interested, please fill your name. All right, so let me also share with you at this stage examples of our learners who have gone and caused great results. Here is a BCom graduate who is now working with international clients remotely. His name is Pratik Jain. He's a BCom graduate from Udaipur. He joined us, and that time he was only earning 3,500 rupees, by the way. He was doing his articleship, and that is the amount he was earning per month. And after he upskilled his skill sets and he secured remote accounting job with firms serving into US and Australian clients. And he started to earn 80 to 85,000 rupees per month, 20 times jump in his income. Praveen Kumar, a 2017 BCom graduate from Chandigarh, is doing bookkeeping and accounting tasks for US based clients for $10 per hour and for UK based clients at $7 per hour. This is his profile from Mohali. He is an executive assistant, US bookkeeping, tax filing expert, QuickBooks, charging $15 per hour on Upwork. Here is an experienced Indian accountant who started working with international clients remotely. His name is Nitin Dhawan. He's a student, an accountant from Gurgaon with over 12 years of experience, secured multiple projects, earning $2,000. You see his Upwork profile. QuickBooks, certified bookkeeper, CA, audit, SOP, and Excel. $20 per hour he charges on Upwork.
So you see,
Another
even CAs are doing this, and some of our students have now even cleared EA for very first person. But this is possible to earn without EA. Like Ronak has earned 9 lakh rupees per month without EA, right? So that's why I don't put in EA in the middle. But yeah, once you are confident you're earning more than a lakh per month, you can do EA if you want, right? If you want to. And then that will help you even further to get bookkeeping work damn easily, hands down. Okay? All right.
This is the example of Ronak Abhide was just mentioning. He is a Jodhpur-based CA with 2.5 years of experience, and he earns around 3 to 4 lakh rupees per month. And in the months of tax filing, he earns up to 9 lakh rupees a month. Can you imagine that? And this is 30 lakhs plus in on Upwork. This has increased now. He's a chartered accountant, QuickBooks expert, tax preparer, $20 per hour he charges. And here's a detailed case study we prepared focusing on his journey. We are sharing this as a link that you can read later on as his roadmap that he followed. Extraordinary results students are causing. You can watch his journey here as well. I'm not showing it right now. We have lack of time, but later on you can see we are sharing this link with you. Here is another BCom graduate who restarted her career after long break and is now working with international clients remotely. Her name is Priyanka Rathod, 2016 BCom graduate from Ahmedabad. Restarted. A lot of people talking about career gap in the chat earlier. This is an example of somebody who took a career gap. Restarted her career after a break of 7 years. She secured a long-term US bookkeeping project at $20 per hour for 4.5 hours per month, earning
Yeah,
one.
समझ आ गया. कुछ example देना था. समझ आ गया. How much can you earn? I will quickly tell you. Okay, and then we will move on very quickly. Okay, how much can you earn? Chalo, who can tell us? Sagar, I'll just do it in short. Who can tell us what is the price to charge? 3 people you can do for free or very low charge so that you can just get a testimonial. Okay, how much you can earn? How did we calculate 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or 50,000? You have to do not on your capability. Shuru mein, initial, you are starting, right? Himanshi Shatri, not $120 per hour. $10 per hour you can charge. Okay, because this is cheaper than what they can hire even somebody in a McDonald's for. Like class 12 people McDonald's may hire karte na at the table because they have cheapest people they can get. That is also $16, $15 per hour. So you're doing financial VA bookkeeper. $10 is very good. Your first goal is to charge low so that it's a winning hands down value proposition. Anywhere in the world, anyone who's good is charging at least $30 an hour, and America में मिलेगा नहीं, right? तो आप यहाँ पर चालू करोगे entry level bookkeeper, data entry, Excel और virtual assistant also at $10 an hour, right? You can start at lesser if you don't mind. It's always a good idea initially, right? So they start with zero experience and earn up to $80 an hour, which is nice, right? Now let's do some math. $10 an hour into 200 hours. This is 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. Not inhuman 12 hours, 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, right? That's $2,000 per month. It's now more than 1.7 lakhs, right? Almost 1.8 lakhs. This is much more than entry level people earn in any of these places, right? And if you're already earning this, you can earn this extra. Maybe you can work for 100 hours, 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? 3 hours a day for 20 days a month, and you can earn around 70, 80,000 extra. Get a taste of it, and then you can scale. You can charge more. Dekho, after 3 months, you can always charge $15 an hour, $20 an hour, right? Up till a certain limit. And after that, you can hire juniors to do the work, right? So tomorrow we will tell you if you've already crossed 1.5 lakhs, 2 lakhs per month, right? First goal is to find a more profitable opportunity and add an extra layer to your income. Your second goal, so that we'll show you how to get, you do this, get to 1 lakh extra per month, right? After that, we'll show you how to add juniors, right? Whom you pay 50,000 rupees, but their work you charge clients 1 lakh for their month, but you pay them 50,000 rupees. You hire juniors in tier 2 cities, no problem. But you will keep 50,000 rupees profit for every junior who's there. 10 such juniors and you can earn 5 lakh per month, right? Another way is you do AI implementation for finance, then you can charge $100 an hour also. Either way it works. You like this, right? So finding the work, if you learn, which we have been showing, and then doing that business development is much better than just being a diligent worker all your life if you like it, right? Harun, you don't like it, boring, see you. Okay, thank you so much for your time, and sorry we can't satisfy everybody. I told you it works for limited people, right? Otherwise everybody would be doing. I am saying you can set up your minimum 30,000 a month, 40,000 a month. I'm not asking you to set your 1 crore ka benchmark minimum. No, that's a good dream. Your next goal is not 1 crore, right? Let's be human and reasonable. I'm not offering you quick fix magic pill. No, tomorrow we will give you a plan, a roadmap for free that you can follow, right? So you don't need to be even a CPA, even a EA, even a fully qualified CA. Just a BCom or a BSc is enough because you saw Xero, you can do that, right? Okay, and you will have an advantage even in MNC jobs, just in case you want to work in India, because India is becoming the global finance engine of the world. and MNCs are coming. You can Google, you will find that they are coming to small cities, Cochin, they're coming to Indore, they're coming to places in Rajasthan, right? All right. So we want to teach you US gap, but our student is here. I don't want to keep him waiting. Dushyant Hirwani. We will just have a quick conversation, shorter, okay, with Dushyant. Sagar and I will have a conversation with him, and he's been doing remote work for a long time, and you'll realize whether it is stable, secure, etc. We will have him share. All right, Sugar. All right, Dushyant.
Dushyant, hi, good evening, welcome.
Good evening, sir. Hi, how are you?
Good to see you. Great. All right, Dushyant, why don't you share from where are you joining in from, and what do you currently do, and when did you do skill arbitrage course, and how it has, supported you on the journey? Please go ahead.
So sir, basically I'm from Bhilai, Chhattisgarh. Currently I'm doing like US taxation and compliance work mostly. Yeah.
Very good, very good. And what were you doing before you joined skill arbitrage, and which year, which month you joined skill arbitrage?
I was into recruiting, HR and recruiting, completely freelance. Before that, I was into banking and insurance.
So you were in recruitment, and before that, banking and insurance, and then now you're doing US taxation.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, great. So can you tell us how did skill arbitrage help you in this journey of being an expert in US taxation?
Just 1 second. I had some questions. Sorry to interrupt, Sagar. Hi, Dushyant.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good. And we need to have a conversation this week. We'll do that. But I just
Sure,
want to ask you.
definitely.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I want to
Yeah.
ask you, how long have you been doing remote work?
It's like I think 4 to 5 years. 5 years. Yeah.
5 years हो गए remote work
Yeah.
करते हुए.
Yes, sir.
और हमारे साथ कितने टाइम से?
It's 2.5, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
2.5, 3 years. Okay, so you were already trying and starting remote work on your own, but you still joined us to understand something.
Yes.
Right.
So for this US accounting and bookkeeping idea is when I was in college, I think about that. So I tried to learn this QuickBooks and all those things from YouTube, but it won't work.
अच्छा.
Yeah. So I come to your LawSeek webinar.
Got
That is
it.
contract drafting. Then after I join another webinar of that accounting bookkeeping.
Got it.
So, yeah.
And I want to ask you how many clients have you worked with so far, and how much do you earn peak season, dry season?
Currently, I have like 20 direct clients and
20 direct clients.
yeah, and with my partner firm, then in Texas, we have like more than 50 plus.
Wow. You have partnered up with a CPA?
Yeah. No, not the CPA. So previously I was into HR and recruiting. So my partner have one business of IT consulting and recruiting, IT recruiting.
So you're doing that also?
Yeah. So
If
I
you have
share
some
him the
other
idea,
skill you can do.
like we will start this new business. So he said, okay, yeah, we will move forward.
But this is new now.
Yeah, this is new. We got the e-fin for e-filing with the IRS. Yeah.
But bookkeeping and all, you've been doing much before. Accounting, tax compliance, bookkeeping.
No, sir. After joining skill arbitrage, then I was into this area. Yeah.
Now it's been 2.5 years that you've been doing this. Got it. And are the earnings stable? How much do you earn from this, you said? Sorry, I missed. You already
monthly
said.
it will be like depends, maybe 1,000 plus or minus. But in tax season,
extra.
Yeah. But in tax season, we can say like minimum $3,000 to $4,000.
Wow, in tax season. And tax season of US is beautifully designed compared to India. For India, I mean, because Indian tax season is different and accounting and audit season is different. And US, when India is low, US is high. When US is high, and when US is low or no filing is there, you can still do the work we showed you, but you will have lesser last minute stuff, so you can manage your Indian stuff also. Many people don't want to let their Indian clients go, right? Do you have any CA, CMA or any of those qualifications or a CPA?
No, sir. Plain BCom.
Plain BCom. Did you even do enrolled agent, or you are not? Now you are studying or not?
Planning to do.
Right?
Because if you have like any professional degree, you will get high paying clients.
Awesome. So already without that, he has been able to do this. right? Kiran Surti, how do they hire us, on which basis? Skills, track record, and outreach. Dushyant learned skills. We'll teach you even tax skills and you'll realize you can do that. But how did you pitch? How did you build your track record? Can you tell us?
So basically, you have different classes for the skill set. You have separate classes.
But
And
I want
for
to
you-
know, forget about our course. What was the technique? The learning is for people. There are 1,800 people here. They want to learn how to copy this. Okay. And let's be generous with that. So how did they pitch? You pitched from LinkedIn or you pitched through Upwork, Fiverr, you build your own website. How did you
I
start?
started from my journey from Fiverr.
You started from Fiverr. Okay. So people
Yeah.
have different journeys. Some start directly on LinkedIn, some start on Upwork, some start on Fiverr. All right. And
Right.
how long did you take to get your first client?
So it's my first client is for DBA filing. I
Doing
think
business
after,
as filing. Okay. So,
yeah,
in
so
India, a lot of
after
people
two-
have. Sorry.
after 2.5 months, I got the first job for $80 of DBA filing.
$80. How long did this filing take to do?
Hardly 15 to 20 minutes.
Wow. So you didn't have to do $10 an hour. You didn't do free also. You did $80 on a flat platform like Fiverr, where it is so commoditized. You already got $80 for 10 minutes of work, right? So
Yeah.
actuals, when you are doing, it can actually be better, right? As long as you are putting in 2 hours a day, 1 hour to pitch, 1 hour to do the work. When did you get confidence that ये तो बहुत बड़ा opportunity है? Did that first opportunity give you that excitement?
Yes, sir, definitely.
And
Even team helped me a lot to
Acha.
how we can communicate with the client and how we will have to perform the task
Got it.
within the time limit of client. Yeah.
So you got step-by-step guidance on finding, on pitching, on building your profile, and also how to do the work.
Yeah. When I get a message of any of the client, I will take the screenshot and send it to course mentor. Then she told me, okay, you send this reply, then you will
Got
get the job. Yeah.
And has earnings been stable? Kab confidence mila? When did you get confidence that I can hit this? Because I think for a couple of years now, you are stable and happy at 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, or that peak season $3,000 to $4,000, right?
Yeah.
Got it. So how long it took you to get that confidence?
I think 6-7 months.
6-7 months, you got that confidence, right?
Yeah.
That this is going to work. And now you've been doing it for 2.5 years. And he tried on his own, and at that time he realized it's not working. YouTube not helping. Okay, got it. Clear. Dushyant, I want you to set up a goal of $5,000 a month. Are you hungry enough for this? If you're not hungry, then we'll set whatever you're hungry for.
So for $10,000, I can say.
Okay, you're hungry for $10,000. So we will set
Yeah.
that goal, and next week we'll have a call where we'll work on that. I am not able to have a very long conversation with Dushyant because we want to teach you US GAAP also so that you can feel it's doable. But do you have any questions, any last question to ask Dushyant? Because US GAAP is very important. People have been waiting for this. But here's proof that this works, right? How can you all share? If you have any question, last question I can ask, right? You can mention.
Questions. How much you earned working US client?
No, that's a document. When the peak season starts. Peak season ka time kya hota hai? And what work? Jai Surya Raja, good question.
It starts from January, I think this year 26 to April 15. Then after extension will be filing till up to October 15. Yeah.
So it can synchronize कि इंडिया का टाइम सेपरेटली, यूएस का सेपरेटली ऐसे होता है क्योंकि दिसंबर का their calendar year, their financial year is December, right? Jan to December. So you're doing annual filing for them in Jan and you're doing for India in April. Now this is your advantage कि you can balance both. तो कहीं भी कुछ छूटना नहीं है, right?
Right.
You realized? How is this? Awesome.
Basic
Okay.
English. Yeah.
Ayub, did you have to pay on Fiverr to get clients for your first gig?
No, sir. Simply you will have to, if you don't have a rating on your profile, you must have created your proof of work.
Got it.
Yeah.
And how long did it
Without proof of work, no one give you the work. That's simple.
So did you upload some work samples, some dummy course assignments? What did you do? How did you get proof
No,
of
so my course mentor told me to upload your assignments.
course assignments only?
Yeah.
Wow. Killer.
Sir,
And that worked.
I had done 2 trademarks, US video trademarks this month.
Acha, this month new work is coming. Now, once you realize that you can do X for US, then people do ki whatever else possible extra sab kuch kar dete hain, right? And you can see that he's doing so many other things. Correct? What is POW, Ravi? I don't know what you meant. He didn't say POW. Do you work in Indian time zone? You can work in Indian time zone. You don't have to work in US. There are so many people who work in 99% people work in Indian time zone. Guess why? Why they don't want you in US time zone? Who can tell me on chat? If you are reliable. Acha, proof of work is work sample. Who can tell me? See, you can work if you are working with them in US time zone. Correct? If you are working the graveyard shift, then what is the problem? They are waiting for you to get work done. But the fun starts when they give you the work at night, right? And in the morning before they wake up, it's ready. So it's even more beautiful for them to start, right? So we have many of
Yeah,
us.
they give you 5 star, even they give you tips.
Yeah, killer. Awesome. So you do Indian time zone work?
Yeah, definitely. So
Awesome.
in taxes, while tax season, we will have to coordinate with clients with their time zone. Otherwise,
Awesome.
no issues.
Awesome. Congratulations, Dushyant. Are you all inspired now? What all are the finance, accounting, bookkeeping work? Can you list us some 4, 5, 6 examples offhand, whatever comes to mind? Dushyant?
Yes, sir.
Accounting, bookkeeping, finance, या tax के area से whatever assignments you do, can you give us 5, 6 examples?
Like you gave
So
TDA
I had put TBA filings examples. Then after that, taxation. Yeah, and you have the certification of particular softwares, so you will have to post that also.
Awesome. And we taught him how to use Xero and QuickBooks and all of that. And we will show you tomorrow how to do QuickBooks. And you don't need anything extra for that, right? People can't access it, and we'll show you how to do. All right. Let's move then. Are you excited? Are you excited? Hadassah one, you didn't find it valuable. He's saying that 30 minutes was only useful, remaining is not useful. Okay, we can't, you're not the right person for us, we're not the right people for you, very sorry. Right? But so many people are saying it's valuable, right? They are saying it's incredible. Thank you, Dushyant. We're going to move on.
You're welcome, sir.
Right?
Have a
And
nice day.
let's have that call so that you can jump to $10,000. I've seen your site. Okay. And I'll share that with people. Maybe they can even reach out to you.
We will have to change, template of the site. Maybe
Yes.
quite very simple and very interactive. Maybe some AIs on that.
Yeah, I can tell you what to do in that. I have some ideas.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, sir. Yeah.
This is Dushyant's website. Okay, you must definitely have your own face and the CPA's face wherever possible. But this is his website, right? You can start your tax prep now. He has listed out the services. Look what happened. Too many people
sir.
clicked on it right now when I shared the website and it's down. You can see all the services he's doing, right? You can see all the services. They are listed here.
This is
Accounts receivable.
our CCOP website. This is our CCOP website. Yeah.
Very nice. Congratulations. So proud of
Thank
you.
you.
And we will even make it next level. Okay. All right. We will move on. So those who missed, didn't understand, go for the preference list. Those who are serious. If you're not serious, it's a different thing. Okay. How's it going? Now you want to learn US GAAP? Let's go for it. Okay. We are also launching a poll where you can mark if you're able to follow. Antara, just wait for the US GAAP to get over if it's okay. Okay. You've launched. Okay, we'll teach US GAAP, and you can also mark the poll where we want to understand whether learning the skills and doing outreach has been simple. Thank you, Dushyant, so much. We're so proud of him. Can you say congratulations to him? I'm going to share even his LinkedIn profile link if you like. Yeah?
It's shared on chat box. Yeah.
Shared on chat. Killer. Awesome. Let's move.
Thank you, Dushyant. Great. Congratulations.
You're
All
welcome,
right,
sir. Have a nice
everybody.
day.
Thank you, Dushyant. Thank you. So it's time to learn another skill. How many of you are interested in learning US GAAP? Not learning exactly US GAAP right now, but I'm going to show you how it is different from Ind AS. Ind AS is Indian Accounting Standards, and US GAAP, how it is different. I'll give you some basic principles for you to understand that if you spend some time learning US GAAP, it is very much easy and doable. Let's go ahead. Let's see, is it difficult or is it easy? Let's look at that. Is US GAAP easy to learn? How to prepare yourself for US GAAP? So let us take a look at key differences between US and Indian accounting. It is very much doable. You can learn it really fast. The Big Four hire accountants in India, train them on few important tasks in just 1.5 months, and then do global work from India. Although those big four are not paying them the kind of money that you will earn when you will directly work with US clients. Okay. But that's what big four do. Within 1.5 months, they train them and they get the US work done through them. And they get the lion's share of the payments. But the problem is that while they earn very well for this work, the big four or the BPOs, the Indian accountants get paid only 30 to 50,000 rupees per month. That is the sad part. You can learn this work very easily and you can do it directly for US clients. That's how you can earn 5 times more. In India, listed companies as well as other companies which meet certain thresholds, they follow Ind AS's Indian accounting standard, while the remaining smaller companies in India use Indian GAAP. So just to make you understand, I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but just to make you understand, bigger companies in India use Ind AS, smaller companies use Indian GAAP. There's a threshold which actually differentiate between big and small company. Now, Ind AS is very similar to IFRS, which is followed by European companies. IFRS is the accounting standard for European companies. There are few minor differences though. Our accounting, which happens on Tally, which most accountants do for bookkeeping, they perform as per the Indian GAAP because mostly they're doing for smaller companies. So Indian GAAP is done for the smaller companies. Now, US GAAP, however, has important differences in accounting treatments of certain items when you compare that to Ind AS and also Indian GAAP, which one can learn easily. That's what we're going to compare today so that you understand the difference between Ind AS and US GAAP. Once you learn these differences, it is possible to present, even recast financial statements as per US GAAP very easily. So we will compare US GAAP with Ind AS here. So let us start with how financial statements are to be presented first. Let's look at first scenario. Presentation of profit and loss account or income statement and statement of cash flows. Let's start with the easy one first, right? This is a very easy one. The differences in this part, which is in the profit and loss account and statement of cash flows, is largely cosmetic. Cosmetic means very simple, basic difference, not much. And you will just see that. Under US GAAP, the income statement, that is profit and loss account, and statement of cash flows has to be presented for 3 years so that stakeholders can have a comparative view. Under Ind AS, applicable for large Indian corporations, it is to be presented for 2 years. 3 years there, 2 years here. That is the basic difference. Simple? Okay, let's look at a little more complicated now. Treatment of lease. How is lease treated in US GAAP and Ind AS? So how do you account for simple office lease? Under Ind AS, lease expense, which is called rental expense in India, is treated as an expense in the year in which it is incurred. Plain and simple. I'm sure a lot of you already know that, especially the CAs and people who file taxes, they already know that. US GAAP categorizes leases a little differently. In a US financial statement, a typical lease is called operating lease. In addition to recognizing the expense in the year that it is incurred under the profit and loss account, there is one more step which is to be taken in US GAAP. If the lease is over 12 months and has a material value from the perspective of the company's business, it will be classified as a right of use asset under the balance sheet also. Now, let me explain. Material use means what? For example, if your client has a place which he is rented in a mall or in a very good location, so it has a material value to it. Because of that location, he is getting more business. So there's a material value. So it is classified as a right of use asset under the balance sheet. And the leases for more than 12 months. These are the two conditions. This is clubbed under plant, property, and equipment, where such leases may be referred to as ROU assets, right of use assets. So I'll just show you how it shows up in the balance sheet. Here is how it is shown. We will see the Freshworks latest 10K statement from the US annual statement filed with the SEC. This is how it shows up. I'll just read out to you. You will get the understanding of it. Long-lived asset consists primarily of property, plant, and equipment for ROU assets. The following table summarizes long-lived assets. Long-lived means more than 12 months of lease is to be paid by geographical region. In this, they have differentiated between North America, Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia Pacific. They are mentioned here. The ROU asset value is mentioned here of the lease amount in the balance sheet. Simple.
Okay,
Now the-
so tell me on chat, if it's a rent, it is an expense, right? But if it is a longer than 1 year rental, right, then they call it a long, then it's
ROU
a
asset.
ROU, right of use, because you have a right to use. Whether it's a McDonald's, wherever your land is important, right? It's strategic, and where it's longer than 1 year. Correct? You have it in India also, but India is used by big companies. Smaller companies are using this thing, Indian GAAP, where they don't have to insist on this. That's why less people know about it, right? But how do you account for it? Very simple, right? You made it an asset. So 5 साल का amount का एक value होगा, right? You will put that value, right? Money spent over 5 years will have a value today because it's an asset for you, right? So you will just capitalize it. You will add that value, and then against that you will deduct every month's payment. Understood? It's treated like a fixed asset in many ways, and then you will amortize it. You will deduct the rentals. Clear till here? Liked it? All right, Sagar. So, and
Okay.
your present value, if you have to pay now, if you have to pay something later today, what is the value of it? You will have to add a discount, right? Because you are changing, like there is a discount, because बाद में पैसा देना है, उसको आज देना है, तो उसका value आज कम है. So that has to be discounted, right? Because people want payment now. Okay, it's not too complicated, it's quite simple. Okay, a lot of people are saying yes, but we can teach you, but you just have to understand if it is learnable. Tomorrow value needs to present. Exactly. All right, Sagar, let's move.
All right. This is how it will show up. Okay. All right. So now we are just getting our hands dirty right now, and it will take some practice and feedback to master it. So don't worry. It is totally doable. Our students do it in a period of under 3 months. Let's look at how the inventory is treated between Ind AS and US GAAP. So inventory is treated mostly for manufacturing businesses, processing and assembling industry. Now, those who are using Tally software in India for such businesses, they are already comfortable with it. Now, if you are not using Tally for some reason, you can learn it also. Under US GAAP, inventory is valued as per LIFO method, LIFO, which is last in, first out. Now, this can feel like a little bit of juggle to figure out, but you will understand. Now, why is the choice of costing method in case of inventory so important? So let me explain you with an example. Imagine that I am an iPhone retailer. I have 10 iPhones of rupees 1 lakh, which I purchased earlier, and 10 iPhones which I purchased at 1.5 lakhs each when the prices were increased in the global market. Total cost of 20 iPhones that I have purchased is 25 lakhs, 10 at 10 lakhs and 10 at 15 lakhs. Now, the first 10 and the next 10 iPhones had a different cost. Now, when I sell an iPhone, or if I have an unsold inventory, what cost should I value on the books? Should I take the average into account? The average cost of iPhone will be 1.25 lakhs. It will be too impractical if I have to map the cost based on the serial number of each iPhone. It will be too impractical, right? Hence, US GAAP sets a uniform principle for it. Now, what is the uniform principle? Let's look at that. So let's assume that at the end of the year, I have 10 unsold iPhones. Should I value it at 1 lakh each, or 1.25 lakh each, or 1.5 lakh each in my books? Let's look at that. Under Ind AS or IFRS, I cannot use LIFO. That's not an option. I can either use FIFO, which is first in, first out, or I can use weighted average cost, which is 1.25 lakhs in this case. As per FIFO principle, I must assume that the first 10 iPhones got sold, and the unsold iPhones are the ones that I bought last, which is at 1.5 lakhs. So I'll use 1.5 lakhs in that case. So I can either use 1.5 lakhs as the unsold inventory for each iPhone cost, or I can use weighted average, which is 1.25 lakhs. These are the two options available in case of Ind AS and IFRS. Most businesses use weighted average method in these two cases. Under US GAAP, you can also use LIFO. So you have third option available in under US GAAP. Apart from the above two methods based on the accounting policy of the company, there's a third policy which can be used as LIFO. That means you can assume that the more expensive iPhones were sold first. Now, what does that mean for a US business? How will that impact a US business? In short, businesses have more freedom to choose the inventory costing method subject to disclosure. They need to disclose it. Of course, there will be restrictions on changing it over a period of years. For example, if you are doing accounting for your client in US and you're using LIFO for inventory, now you cannot change it every year because otherwise the comparison between the years of accounts of books will be mismatched. So you need to continue with LIFO if you're using LIFO, but you have an option of LIFO available if you're using US GAAP. Now, how does this affect the financials of the company at the end of the year? The choice of costing method actually will dictate the value of the company's unsold inventory on the books at the end of the year in the balance sheet. And it will also impact their cost of goods sold. Thus, directly it impacts company's profitability. Understood? Are you getting the point? Please write F if you're following. If you're following so far, please write F. And we'll take 5 to 10 minutes more to complete this, okay? I know it's already 9 o'clock, but we'll just take 5 to 10 minutes and complete this. Very good, very good. I can see a lot of you are following. Very good. Another scenario, valuation of fixed assets, including intangibles. Let's see how US GAAP treats this. This is another very interesting one. Let's assume that Walmart purchased a warehouse from Apple at a cost of $10 million. Now, this warehouse is in a prime location and is currently valued at $25 million. Purchased at $10 million, now its value is $25 million. However, the warehouse is not sold. How should the fixed asset be shown? Should it be shown at $25 million or $10 million? Let's look at that. Under US GAAP, it must be shown at the historical cost, which is $10 million. That is the rule. However, under Ind AS and IFRS, you have to revalue the asset to current value, which is $25 million. What if the value of the warehouse has fallen to $8 million? Same answer. In the US, you will continue to show it as at historical cost, but under Ind AS, it will have to be revalued. Now, how are these gains or losses shown in the books of accounts? Let's look at that. Well, in the US, that situation does not arise because there's no gain, there's no loss because you're only putting the value in the historical value. Although under Ind AS and IFRS, the difference will be reflected in the books like this. An entry will be shown in profit and loss account in other comprehensive income if there is a gain. And if there is a loss, then it will be shown in the profit and loss as a non-operating expense. Simple, easy. These gains or losses are recorded as non-operating expenses or other income because they arise from a non-core product or service-related expense. That is assets. Easy, guys? Yes, Gokila, I got it. Thank you. Now let's look at another scenario of contingent liabilities. Now, how are commercial transactions such as guarantees accounted for? How do you account for the risk of a liability if the court requires your client damages to a third party? In all these scenarios, the liability is currently not certain. It is contingent. It may happen. Let us say that there is a guarantee provided by your company or there is a legal proceeding against the company from a vendor or a tax notice, which could potentially result in a liability of $5 million. Under accounting standards, typically the company management is actually required to exercise judgment of the likelihood of the outcome. Under US GAAP, if there is a high likelihood of the adverse outcome, which is more than 75%, a provision needs to be made. So under US GAAP, if it is the likelihood is more than 75%, provision has to be made in the books of accounts. Under IFRS, a provision needs to be made if the likelihood is more than 50%. And this must be shown in the provision for tax or provision for claims in the books. Under Ind AS, this is not required to be provisioned unless sorry, unless the legal department or lawyers confirm that there could be a liability. There are necessary documents which are required to establish the risk. Simple difference. You got it? Okay, great. Couple of more, two more, okay? Product development cost. Let's look at product development cost. How should research and development expense be treated? Apart from manufacturing companies, even technology companies, especially new age startups, invest massively in building software products and applications that can be used for a period of several years. An app which is developed in 1 year could be used for another 5 years. And of course, incremental changes and maintenance can be accounted for separately. Can a US company divide its development cost over the next 5 years, though? That is the question, right? And if you can do that, the profitability could massively be higher because your cost is divided in 5 years. Unfortunately, under US GAAP, the entire product development cost must be expensed out in that same year if it is not a physical product. There is an exception for this. Software development cost can be capitalized as an intangible asset, and then it can be amortized over the estimated useful life of the product. Under Ind AS, it is possible to capitalize product development costs in the books of accounts. That is the difference. Research costs, however, cannot be capitalized. All right, let's look at the last one, revenue. How is revenue treated in US GAAP and Ind AS? The difference between the two. Under US GAAP, revenue is to be recognized when the product is sold or the services are provided, as that is when you have the right to earn an income. It follows a 5-step model. IFRS and Ind AS are the same. Simple. Revenue is to be recognized when the product is sold.
1 second, I want to go to the earlier one. Did you see the software ka tax thing? R&D, if it's pure research, you have to expense it. If you are only, so all the money that you're paying to tech team, right? If they are creating assets and you can show that this is an asset, you can capitalize it over the useful life, right? Which is a huge insight. Correct? Now, if you can do that, it's great. If you expense it, though, reportable profit increases and they can pay tax, right? In certain cases, they prefer that. And in other cases where they are bootstrapped, they are running from their own pocket, right? There they will prefer expensing it out because they want to report less profit and they want to expense out everything. Now, this is a choice the business has, provided they are following a uniform model, right? Did you like it? Did you like it so far? Let me know on chat. Okay. All right. Sagar will show you the last one, last angle. But broadly, you understand that you can do it. Yeah, it's not rocket science. Pura nahi samjhe, kuch to samajh gaye. Correct? Awesome. All right, Sagar.
All right, great. So I've already started the revenue. I'm going to repeat the couple of slides. So under US GAAP, revenue is to be recognized when the product is sold or the service is provided. And that is when you have the right to earn income. It follows a 5-step model, and IFRS and Ind AS are the same. However, Indian GAAP, which is applicable for private companies, the smaller companies, does not follow this. They rely on certainty of realizing the income. Means what? If there is a doubt about whether payment will be received from the client or not, revenue may not be recognized. You know the problem in India, especially with the smaller companies, many clients do not pay or they don't pay on time. Even if there is a contractual right to earn, so there is a scope to not recognize the revenue.
I'll tell you a story actually. Sorry to interrupt, Sagar. When we were working with a Indian university, we had a contract that they have to pay us, okay, at the end of every month. But the thing is that we had a right to earn, but they never paid us on time. Sometimes they never paid us. Sometimes they deducted random things, right? So we said, okay, let us recognize only on realization. Certainty nahi hai. So we did not ever do on accrued, because if I decide revenue based on accrued, I am dead. I can't, I'll have to pay GST. I'll not have money in the bank. So I could follow this, right? And that was a great idea. All right. But where you have earned it or you are earning instantly, then it's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Sagar.
And US GAAP does not allow for this because this problem doesn't arise there. All right. So tell me in the chat, was it easy and doable? Do you think it's easy and doable? You can write ED if it's easy and doable. Did you learn something new? Was this interesting? So did you see that US GAAP is learnable with practice? And what happens when you learn US GAAP? You can write hyper-specific messages to your clients pertaining to US GAAP. You can tell them that you can do this work. And we will show you how to do this tomorrow. How to write to them, what to write to them, when we reveal the plan, the 6-month plan that our learners follow to achieve these kinds of results. So make sure that you attend the session tomorrow, okay? Don't miss it for anything. All right, so I'm going to also share with you at this stage, what are we going to cover tomorrow? Just give me a second. In the meanwhile, Abhida, you can talk for a minute. I'll just...
If you're spending 1 hour per day to learn, you can learn US GAAP also. Now, the combination of those tools, building track record, right, and US GAAP is the secret sauce. Now, they never teach you in India how to find clients because then you will never work for them. You will start working on your own. And that we are showing you. And they will break and they will not say, they'll say, I'll teach you these hi-fi concepts of US GAAP. They'll make it exclusive. Then they'll not teach you the tools. So they are giving you partial picture. But once you have the full picture, you are fully empowered to do US pitching. And we shared only one technique. There are many others. We will show you how to use email technique tomorrow. We will show you how to pitch to US CPAs. They are desperate for this purpose, right? Because if somebody gives them messy mapping from Amazon e-commerce, they'll be like, "Arey, kaun ye reconcile karega? Get a bookkeeper to do it." So you can team up with a CPA and say, I'll help you do all this because a lot of your clients are suffering from this. And then you can file their return. Now, this is going to be a huge advantage for you. Okay, so they'll team up with you also. You can even refer your clients to the CPA for the audit part. And they might even share a revenue for you with you. Because even CPAs might not know how to pitch the way you are pitching. Right? Not everybody does it. Okay, even in India, you ask a CA, they don't have, they're very poor business development skills, right? And in US, CPA, etc., can advertise, can market. Okay, so they know it's important, but they don't know how to do it. So as a virtual assistant also, or as an Indian bookkeeper, if you're doing this, it is a great, great advantage, right? And we're going to share what we'll teach you tomorrow. And we'll ask you for a review also, good, bad, ugly, whatever, of how this session was today on a link we will share. Okay, and we will create tomorrow's agenda. And there are 1,237 people still attending after 3 hours, 20 minutes. It is incredible. All right, Sagar. And in return for sharing all this for free, all we ask from you is feedback on the post on LinkedIn and Twitter. Okay, on X that we'll share. All right, Sagar, please go ahead.
All right. So tomorrow, these are the things we're going to cover. So make sure you put a reminder, put an alarm. 6 p.m. we are starting. Tomorrow is Sunday, okay? What are the challenges which are faced by accounting and finance professionals who want to earn good money and work with international clients and employers, and how they can overcome those challenges? What is the 6-month plan? This is so important. Tomorrow, we're going to give you a detailed 6-month plan, the roadmap, guidance, how you can go and cause those results. And we're going to teach this 6-month plan to start from scratch and get remote jobs, projects from US clients. What can your life be like after 2 years down the line? We will do this extraordinary exercise with you, which we call Into the Future exercise. You will love it. Then what to do once you are earning 1 to 1.5 lakhs per month to grow your income further, and how can we help you to grow to the next level? We'll teach you that. We'll also teach you QuickBooks tomorrow, because as I told you, QuickBooks is banned in India, but we have a way to learn QuickBooks even from India. We'll teach you that. How to not only learn, actually use it for your clients. How to find e-commerce companies and assist them remotely, and many other outreach skills we'll teach you tomorrow. How to account for loyalty programs and referral discounts under US GAAP. Case studies of people who have successfully worked with foreign clients and startups, and they have earned in dollars. Now it is time for you to go to Twitter and LinkedIn links that we are sharing with you for feedback. So please go there. Whatever your feedback is, good, bad, ugly, no problem. Please share that so that we know where we can improve. We are sharing these links with you on chat. Please go on this link and fill your feedback. And at this stage, I would just want to say one thing before we complete. People who are interested in knowing about our courses and the scholarships that we're going to offer you tomorrow, and you have not filled in your name on the preference list, please do that now before you leave. Okay. We are about to complete the session. Please complete the preference list, complete your feedback, and we will see you tomorrow. If you have had any questions, we are here for some more time. And people who have filled in the feedback, filled in this preference list, if they are interested, the session, and you don't have any other questions, the session is complete for you. Thank you so much for your listening. And it is really moving for us to see, even at this time, more than 1100 people are here with us. Okay, we are here for some more time to answer your questions if you have any questions.
You
I
feel
got it.
excited and confident.
Yeah. People are sharing their feedback here as well. That's great. But definitely share on those links, okay?
Fees will be affordable, subsidized. Tomorrow you come, we'll tell you. Zero job is a bookkeeper's job. How to find remote job? You pitch through the technique we showed you for startups. You can find email IDs of people. You can help high net worth individuals, rich people and investors, with their work, managing their financial portfolio, their investments. You can help them to move their wealth to Nevada so that they are litigation safe, right? Those are some interesting services we've created. You can do many things. We'll tell you. Okay. US GAAP certification will tell you. Don't worry. All right. We will show you how to pitch to e-commerce stores for that Amazon reconciliation stuff. Okay. All right, Sagar, let's move. Yeah, Indian accounting. So we teach Indian accounting, IFRS and US GAAP together. Why? Because 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom. Same thing, right? So you should know all of those sizes if you want to make an investment. In bigger house or in smaller house, you will live. In some of the other one, you might make investment, right? All of that is there. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Make sure you come tomorrow 6 to 9, all 3 hours. Okay, Sagar. Thank you so much.
See you
Yeah.
tomorrow, everybody. See you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Be on time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.